everybody! How you all doing? Welcome to our very first Daggerheart one-shot playtest. That wasn't the letters for it. Doesn't matter.
You did your best. That was wonderful. Yeah. So good. So
give me a D.
That I was wondering why you did the heart first.
Like, what is this supposed to be?
McDonald's? Is that what we're?
I heart Daggerheart.
There it is.
Know.
Okay.
I've been watching a lot of Sailor Moon lately.
I never saw Cheerleaders. So like, is this like a D?
I don't know, maybe. I've watched a lot of Sailor Moon recently. I've been like rewatching the old show, and they do so many like da 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 da. It's just.
I feel like that's just their form of a dab. I don't think that's like them spelling Sailor Moon.
We are off to a great start.
Great start.
Nailed it. My intros are legendary for how awkward they are. But welcome to the stream, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. We're so excited to be playing Daggerheart. This is the first time I think all of us might have been playing it. Maybe have tried it once or twice. I don't know. I think it's mostly everyone's first time. But yeah, super excited to do this. We're playing the version 1.2.
0.5.
0.5? Is that it?
Because, well, technically, because there is still changes on our sheets that happen because of 1.3, but we're still kind of doing things from 1.2. So,
oh man, so it's kind of an amalgamation of updates that happened. At the time of this recording, 1.3 has just come out. So there have been some changes to the rules here and there, but we're kind of going with mainly the stuff that was out before the latest updates. Some have kept, some have not, but you know, basically we're saying we're having fun, and if you're a rules lawyer, you know, be kind, just be kind. But yeah, I will not take up any more of awkward time here. For those of you who don't know, hello, I'm Dicecream Sandwich. I'm a dungeon master, game master, professional fanboy who loves dice and loves telling stories. I'm going to hand it over to all these lovely creators for them to tell you who they are. We'll pass it over to Quincy.
Hello, everybody. My name is Quincy of Quincy's Tavern. You can find me on all the social medias under that. I love fantasy. I love food. I love D&D. I love TTRPGs. I love rolling dice and telling stories with my friends. I am a cookbook author. I'm a poet, and I have a new podcast coming out here soon. But I'm just super excited to just be here. I'm playing Remy de Rackus. He's a sly-born fairy rogue. I'm really excited to kind of get in here and play a little sneaky fairy. Yeah, that's me. I'm gonna take this hot potato of movement and take it over, drop it over to Leah.
Hello, I am Leah. I go by Cuillin on pretty much all my socials. I do a little bit of everything. I mostly was a cosplayer. I do now like some D&D content now. I'm doing a comic. I'm putting a comic out. Little things like that. I really enjoy writing. Tonight I'll be playing my little wizard Rebet named Jelly. She's a little bit of a know-it-all, and her most frequent phrase is actually.
Oh Christ!
I love her.
Protect her with everything.
I'm gonna pass this little hot potato over to Brooke.
Hi, I'm Brooke. Jelly is everything to me. First off, I just want to preface everything with jelly is everything to me. I go by Brooke Smart on most socials. I am a cosplayer. I love my TTRPG community. I'm a DM and a voice actor. That's pretty much where you can find me and what you can find me doing. I like building prop swords. It's very fun. So you better watch out. I will be playing Buttercup. She is a Wanderborn Goblin Guardian. And she would die for the person I'm introducing next. Portobello, my beloved.
That change.
That me. I'm like, wait, hold on. That threw me off.
So
like,
dramatic.
What's happening right Portobello, you're next. Hello, it is I, Hamasamakun. That's HAMASAMAKUN on all social media platforms, primarily Twitch and TikTok and some other ones. I say primarily like I'm not just everywhere shotgunning my like content all over the internetosphere, but I do D&D things. Recently started doing more in line with like Common Writer, TTRPGs, and there's some such nonsense. I'm mostly known for just making the most egregious, terrible characters I can think of, and people just seem to find that funny. It's any wonder why I get invited to these things, but I'm having a great time. I will be playing Portobello Porcini Cremini. He is a wild-born fungal druid. He's here just to kind of like have a fun time. he would absolutely protect the person preceding me, our lovely person, with their entire lives. But they are also not very good at that. They're a big boy, but they're not very good at the whole actively using that big boy thing. But I also have a rat who's also named Remy. So
Oh my gosh.
that's canon to my universe. I don't know if that's a thing that Dice has agreed to, but it's canon in my heart.
Done. Is it also a mushroom or is it an actual rat?
No, that's just a full on. Actually, you know what? Can I like a? It's like a cordyceps rat. Like it got like
It's a
taken
cordyceps
into
in the
my...
shape of a rat.
No, I just mean like it's a rat that's suffering from cordyceps. Like,
Oh God. Okay.
this rat
yeah,
was a
no.
rat once, but now it's just like hanging out.
It
It's
was
part of
probably
my
a
part
dead
of my
on
colony.
the side of the road rat, and then some
Yeah.
of your cordyceps got onto it, and you're just animating it to just
Oh,
give your
no.
consciousness.
So you animate the rat now. The rat looks
For
like
a
it's
long time, that was my only friend. All right, stop judging him. He's a little broken, but he's still good.
That's so
Aren't
funny.
we all?
Oh.
Aren't we all?
Take us home.
Oh
Nice.
no.
Well, you met the cast. You met the characters.
Whether
Now
you wanted
let's
to or
see.
not.
How the fuck this all comes together? All right. As you can tell, this game is pretty loosey-goosey. We are just gonna have fun, everyone. We're learning the rules just as much as maybe you watching this for the first time. So there may be rules corrections. There may be questions like, how does this work? And I myself may be like, I don't fucking know. And looking it up just like everybody else. But hey, that's the fun part of playing a new TTRPG. That's why we love streaming new TTRPGs, because we're learning it like you. So for those of you who've been wanting to play this but haven't seen the live stream of it yet, or are just curious on what our take of this game might be, how we choose to play it, would be fun to maybe add to your own table experience. So without further ado, let us do what we do before every stream here on the Dicecream channels. Grab your favorite drinks, grab your favorite sets of dice, and let us dive into our very first Daggerheart one shot. Right. So, before we kind of set the scene of where the party currently is, Daggerheart as a system, I feel one of its best attributes is the focus on player and narrative collaboration. Before we even roll dice, there are amazing questions and prompts that are on everyone's character sheets to try to connect the party closer together, maybe get a sense of where they've been, where they're coming from, what adventures or stories they've been involved with before, we start our little adventure here. And wow, have these people been writing their own fan fictions in Discord chats for the last weeks or so.
Don't judge us. We know who we are.
Hey, it was fun.
Love it. I loved it. Loved reading it. It was amazing. But I would be remiss if I didn't let our wonderful audience get some knowledge and insight into those wonderful connections and backstories. So I think I might just go around the virtual table here and just maybe spot out for one of those connections, maybe two, whoever it's connected to. You can kind of go back and forth on that story, or where you were before this, how you came to be involved in the current predicament you're in. Maybe we'll start with Buttercup.
Yes. Buttercup, when she was younger, she found a quite interesting little fellow being attacked by a pack of rats in the wood. Now, this is quite a small boy. And valiantly, stick sword in hand, she protected him from the rats and brought him home to her nomadic pack with her. Ever since then, she's lived happily with her little brother.
Adorable. Great. We'll move that one over to Leanne.
Yeah. So, Jelly studied at the Magical Academy for Gifted Elites, which just stands for mage. And
I did not get that.
She was the top of her class, and she was in charge of the magical artifacts and stowing them away and keeping the archives of them. But she accidentally caused one of them to open up a portal, which sucked a few of them away. And now she has to go and collect them all that she has lost. And she's down to one more that she's searching for. Um, but uh, did you want us to read the connections as well, just like one or two of them?
Sure, go for it.
And so a favor that Remy has asked of her that she's not sure she can fulfill is he'll help her, but she will have to help him in return with some questionable and possibly illegal things. She doesn't know if she can do that because her apprenticeship is on the line here.
Awesome. That's great. I love that. All right, we'll pass it over to Quincy.
All right, and so Remy the Ruckus is he's a fairy. You know, he's from a big family. The Ruckus family, as you know, everybody knows that the Ruckus family is they mean business. And so the Ruckus family is known in the black markets for harvesting and distribution of distilled water of unstable groves. That's DWUGs. We work with drugs. It's a potent water that is known to create performance-enhancing effects on creatures. It's not safe for consumptions of creatures shorter than a halfling. If that's offensive, talk to marketing at 1-800-GET-OVER-IT. You'll be fine. But Remy the Ruckus, he's kind of a little guy. He's a little guy. He never touches the product because you know you can't do that stuff because that's just stupid. But he's in this mess with all these other adventurers because he wanted to get up in the world. He wanted to show himself. He's one of 11 siblings and everything. And so to prove himself to his family, to his mom and pa, he started selling product to everybody who would. And eventually those products got to inspectors and lawmen and cops and people with a badge, and then eventually got him into trouble and everything, and so he's gone and he's been exiled and this, that, or whatever. But anyway, he's working on getting himself back. It's okay. It's fine. So he confided in that secret that technically really the Ruckus family isn't as strong as he say. He kind of just says that, but he confided that secret into Jelly. And because, Jelly lost some stuff, and it's, he's good at finding stuff, but he needs someone with a little bit of a magic pizzazz because he don't got really that much of ability in him. He's kind of all bark and no bite at all. But he'll help Jelly find the lost stuff that they're looking for if you do a little bit of the morally gray stuff.
Bring
Drugs.
the motherfucking ruckus.
Drugs. Period.
Everybody's head just dropped.
All I could think of the entire time when you said ruckus is bring the motherfucking ruckus. And so last but certainly not least, Portobello.
That's
give us
me.
A little bit of the insight into this brave mushroom boy.
Oh, he's brave, all right. So he was a very small mushroom. As he was growing up, he was in his little mushroom colony. That is where he met his beautiful friend Remy the rat. That is definitely not in any way related to the Remy previously mentioned. But they, needed a friend out here on his own as he wandered a little too far. Looking for the ingredients because he has these beautiful dreams of being a chef one day, and he's very good at it. But that all sort of came to a head as he was attacked by a group of other rats. They were probably a little mad that I took their other rat for a pet for a little bit, but I needed a friend, and they just happened to be there. Where I was saved by my older sister, Butter, and was brought to their tribe and grew up alongside them for however long. And I've been cooking and being just like a dude. I'm here to have a good time, that's why. So as you kind of look upon Portobello, he is this big mushroom fungrel. While he might have started as a very small mushroom, he has since grown to the size of like a tree, just sort of lumbering around, kind of hanging over all of his goblin family. But never quite grew out of the whole please protect me older sis dynamic, because while he might be huge, he has no idea how to throw that weight around and is pretty sure he could be destroyed at any given moment. So it's just if Remy is all bark and no bite, then dear Portobello is all bite but no bark, but has no intentions of hurting anybody. Doesn't know that they can.
I just imagine the artwork from this of like these three small little sprite-like characters, a little tiny frog, a little fairy, and a little goblin, and this massive like stalk mushroom humanoid with a big cap that like protects you from the rain and like weather.
Oh.
So when it's like
Tiny
awful
flower.
outside, you're just kind of
Oh.
standing there with everybody just like curled up under you.
Oh,
It's like the My Neighbor Totoro scene. Like
Oh,
we're under
exactly
Portobello.
that. It is exactly that.
Hey,
He
you
has a big
looking at this right
mushroom
now?
hat, It's
You look-
great.
you
I
looking
love
at this right now?
that.
You make that shit happen. I swear to God, you
we
make
need
that
this.
happen.
We need this art.
I just need that exact style. You know how they like redraw that scene with like different
Mhm.
characters? I just need that specifically.
That would be so cute. I love that so much. My
Wanted
heart.
to make
Gauntlet is
sure that my
thrown.
friends were not did not get caught in the rain. You never know. You could get sick.
Make that art. Tag us on Twitter. Would love to see that. Okay. Selfishly got that out of the way. So all that taken into account, your party having come together recently through a couple of small little jobs here and there, are currently on a gig sent from one King Emerus, very astute royal figure, powerful in their stature and position in this world, has sent you on a little delivery task to drop off a certain package inside of the Sablewood, in a little town inside the Sablewood called Hush. Weren't given too many details other than to deliver this package, which is a fairly large innate crate sealed with magical runes, to give to somebody whose title is known as the White Fire Arcanist, another powerful mage practitioner within these parts. The Sablewood itself is a bit of a strange area, very large, dense forest that houses many fantastical creatures, very much well known for creatures that kind of are hybrid forms of other creatures. When you think of griffins and things like that, this area has tons of those around. But we will begin our little adventure here with the following. This evening, your party has finally made it to the Sablewood, sprawling forest of colossal trees, some say are even older than the forgotten gods themselves. It's a place renowned for two things: sunken pathways that provide the trade routes for many traveling merchants, and its unique hybrid animals. Even now, from within your carriage that you're currently sitting in, you can hear strange sounds. The bird calls of the lark moths, the croak of lemur toads, and the skittering of a family of fox bats in the underbrush. One of you is driving this carriage. Who is it?
It's not Remy.
I'll do it. That's why it took us so long. I have no idea where we're going.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that. So for Portobello, leading the carriage here, your smaller friends in the back compartment, you've noticed something unique about the look of the trees here in Sablewood. What do they look like? I'm completely throwing this to you.
I did
Anna,
not
to
expect this.
Describe what the trees in Sablewood look like. There are no wrong answers. We are creating this fun little adventure and world together.
I would say the trees of Sablewood are reminiscent of the forest that Portobello and Buttercup come from. They are these large, near Titanic-sized trees with like, what is it? What is the outside of a circle called? I don't remember.
Circumference?
The circumference of which is probably the size of like 2 or 3 normal trees. They start to tower high up into the cloud cover that you can almost see those small clouds start to form beneath the canopy, casting this like eternal shadow that beckons you from within the wood itself. You see these various almost geometric like designs of the light that peeks through. I'm gonna say Portobello only notices this because he's been trying to talk to the trees for the last like 3 hours, thinking that they're kind of similar to him. You know, maybe he's half tree on his father's side, if a father technically exists in fungal communities.
I think
That's
that
in the
Jelly...
next playtest update. That's
Oh, perfect.
That's coming
Oh.
soon.
Take
The
notes.
ancestral parental guidelines. Yeah, where are those in the FAQs? You got that Fôlkvangr family lineage figured out yet, guys? Come on.
It's so cute. I think that Jelly would probably like look out the window and like push up her glasses and like note, I think the moss is growing on the wrong side of the trees. Water is that way. Did you know that moss grows on the side of trees that where you can find water in the direction that you'll find water? I don't think that these trees are right.
Huh? What? What?
Wow.
I think that
What?
Portobello takes out like a cup of water, like a water skin, and sees if the moss will like follow it. I do not understand.
As you're kind of going through this dense thicketed forest, like we said, massive tree trunk base, very like it's like a metropolitan of nature, basically, just towering figures all around you. And as you're kind of going through with the carriage, the circumference of which kind of gets close to your heart at times, like it feels like it's a narrow path because they're so large. And at times you just grab the water skin and kind of go through a near patch of moss and just kind of put it up to it, and you see it just go kind of scrunch over like a living sponge, just going on the side of the tree trunk following you.
See how many of those I can take with me. You wouldn't happen to know my father, would you? He's probably looked very similar to me. Big mushroom.
It's like if it could cock its head, it kind of does. The big patch of moss.
No, I understand. You know, probably don't get out much being in the forest.
Portobello, are you talking to the moss?
Yes.
He's making allies. It is good practice.
That a normal thing for a fungal to do?
Actually, I think that it is because I think that they're supposed to be able to talk to any plants as being one themselves.
That doesn't make any sense. What did the moss say?
Portobello just takes out like a small notebook from his apron and just starts writing down like, apparently fungrels can talk to any plant. Did not know that. I learned.
Portobello will remember this.
Yeah, I learned that moss follows water thanks to jelly, and I also learned they probably do not know who my father is. Oh, that actually. Do you happen to know my mother? Also, very tall mushroom, probably, maybe. I have
Portobello,
no idea.
watch the road!
I immediately crashed the cart.
Perfect. As your steed, pulls the carriage around a tight corner, one wheel coming off the ground for just a moment, you notice and see an overturned merchant's cart lying sideways in the path before you,
Yep.
blocking your way. A scattering of fruits and vegetables litter the trail. From around the side of the carriage steps a Strix wolf, a large creature with the body of a wolf, the face of an owl. A large creature, I'm just going to repeat what I said. With the body of a wolf and the face of an owl and large wings adorning its back. It finishes chewing its meal, the hand of the dead merchant, as it stares at you, curious, trying to judge whether you're friend or foe.
Did you also
And-
crash your cart?
Then you see, following clumsily behind, two small pups, watching their mother cautiously. From within, the rest of you can feel your carriage come to a stop, as Portobello kind of just stops it all of a sudden, be like, "Watch out!" and then suddenly just stops it right there. Cart almost tumbling over. The bunch of you kind of fall down side to side. What would you all like to do?
Is everybody okay? This is why I said I probably should not drive.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. What is that? That's
I believe that it's a griffin, actually, because of the wings and the large body.
okay.
Great.
Thank
That's
Jelly.
Seem like
so
a new
thank you.
friend, perhaps?
I
seem
don't.
hungry.
Let's not touch that.
Let's not be antagonistic outwardly. It could be bad. So why don't we just approach with caution? Clearly, it's just hungry. It's feeding its young. It's natural.
You
I
want to
think that they're
approach it.
called cubs.
Yep, you're so right.
I'm
Jelly,
fairly
you want to go talk to Jelly would love to go to talk to them.
Jelly,
just-
would you like
I
to go
would.
talk to the Strix wolf? What did we call it again? The griffin?
Actually, it's a griffin.
That is a very good impersonation. Do
I
you
know
do
you
this on the-
listen. No,
practice
it's
on the
because we
side?
listened to Jelly for the past 4 hours, talk about random things, yapping about all the way. Jelly, I'm sure that the griffin would love to hear you say something.
She's just gonna just shrink in on herself, and you just hear a croak, like a nervous croak.
I will. I think I could. Wait, can I talk to animals? I have no idea what my abilities are. Hold on.
No.
I can turn into animals to transform into a magical creature equal to my level or lower. I could do that, and I could talk to them. Perhaps it's gonna be pretty mushroomy, but like I think it might work.
Do
I
it,
mean-
Chanterelle.
Okay, I'm adding that to my name too as well. This is.
Yeah, whatever you guys want to do. Whoever wants to approach this Strix Wolf first and see what you can do.
I'm not sure if this is something I can do, but I'll try it. So just get out of the car. It's like, all right, sit tight. I will fix the wheel when I return, most likely. As I kind of start lumbering over this giant mushroom, leaving like huge footprints in the dirt. Before I do this though, this is the way forward, right? Like past this is the town, or like the direction of it.
Yeah, so if you look at your roll 20 screen here, this is the direct forward motion that you got to go. So this is on the way to Hush through the Sablewood, and unfortunately this overturned cart is right in front of your path.
This is unfortunate. I begin to approach, and I'm going to mark a stress to transform into a magical creature, which is hopefully going to be that creature.
Oh,
Which
good
creature you're
luck.
transforming into?
I'm
He's
going to
dead.
transform into a Strix whatever.
You're gonna change into the same thing it is.
Yeah. I want to speak its language.
I love this Uno reverse play that we have going on.
And then I turn on the part. No,
And then I murder everyone. Okay. Why don't you
Yeah.
describe to me how this transition happens?
I think Portobello doesn't truly understand it, but there's like a level of empathy to them that kind of takes over in this instance, and you watch as a lot of those like fungal plates start to sort of like crumble and fall away, and underneath like the wings of this creature like unfurl, and there's now just like a beast form of it. But in the intricate details, while it is like a pretty much a one-to-one transformation, there are these like small bits of mycelium that like crawl along the arms and legs. Just to note that it is in fact a mushroom. As Portobello's gonna walk over and just in Strix, was it Strix Wolf?
Strix Wolf.
Strix Wolf speak, gonna just hello fellow travelers. My name is Portobello, Porcini, Cremini, Chanterelle. Chanterelle now.
All right. So as you approach the Strix Wolf, you kind of start to walk out towards it. It kind of looks like it's a bit preoccupied with chopping up bits of the old merchant, getting food to its little two pups. And you kind of walk over and sort of transform into your version of a Strix Wolf. Start to croak out towards it with animal sounds. The rest of the party don't really know what you're trying to say, but you have some sort of communication lined up. We're gonna make our first roll here.
Yay!
I'm gonna have you
Woo!
make a presence roll, basically. So you're gonna roll your
Presence.
duality die, add your presence trait. If you would like to add one of your experiences, which for those watching, experiences are two sort of additional moves that you can do on your sheet that give you a +2 or a +1. They're very narrative focused. You know, you can say like expert climber because when you were a kid you loved climbing trees, and you can add that to appropriate situations, so on and so forth. So for this, if you have an experience you think would be applicable to the situation, you could spend a hope point to add that experience to the roll as well.
It's like a character-specific proficiency.
Yeah, that is so neat. I'm going to use my second one, Fast Friends. That gives me a +1, I believe.
I love that.
So I spend my hope point, and I'm going to ask that they. I got a 16 on my dice. My hope one was 10, and the other one was 6.
Nice. So 16 with hope altogether.
17 total, but yes.
Fantastic. So you get to not only take a hope point as well from that, but yeah. So what was the question again? They were asking the Strix Mother.
I was like, hello, fellow travelers. You seem to be in the midst of a meal of some kind. I did not want to intrude, but you are in the middle of the road. For the sake of convenience, I could help you move off to the side, perhaps. But we are just trying to make our way. We mean you no harm. That's Remy. It's a little mushroom rat.
Kind of looks at you sort of up and down, and it has his wings kind of out with the pup. And again, you're having this intelligible conversation in your head. The rest of you just see a portobello like Strixwolf creature just going.
He has such a way with words.
Yeah.
Just
Regular-
hollering.
Wow.
Soul of a poet.
And the Strixwolf, it kind of understands you. It's not able to give you like a hello, I'm doing very good, sir. How are you? But it kind of looks at you intelligibly and recognizes the words that you're saying, and just kind of gives you a little bit of a nod as it kind of lowers its head down a bit as a sign of respect. As the two little pups are kind of like gnawing away at bits of fruit and discarded vegetable. One of them has like a finger in its mouth from the other merchant nearby.
That's
But it kind of
so
bends the head down. Then it kind of looks down, and it has like a bit of the hand that it was chewing on. Nudges it over to you as it goes in front of you.
Portobello, take that. We could use that for like a cult.
Snack for the. Is a snack for the road? Can I assume that do they want me to eat this or just take it with me?
It seems like he's like trying to share a meal with you. Kind of signified yourself as like a friend.
Lovely. I'm gonna partake.
That's
gonna
even grosser.
Do like the weird bird eating, just like.
Ale
He's
flavored.
learned so much about negotiation. I'm so proud of him. Look at that.
Yeah.
Very lovely children.
A wonderful diplomat,
keep
your
an eye out.
brother.
Keep them close. You never know when they might wander off.
So yeah, they're just kind of sharing a meal with you. The two of you are kind of in front of the cart there. Anything else you'd like to try to attempt? Doesn't seem hostile towards you. Seems friendly to you, but they're still just kind of hanging out there.
Cool. I guess I'll just sort of like, when we're finished eating, I guess I'll just start kind of like ushering them away. Be like,
Sure.
"Oh,
So you kind of go up there and you kind of like finish the meal. You both kind of eat the hand a little bit. Fresh meat's a little dry and it's a little sloppy, but you look over at Portobello's like red smeared mushroom and Strixwolf mouth, kind of like Joker hand palm over them, just looks over with a smile, wing up, signaling like everything's okay. And then you kind of like waddle away with your wings kind of up, kind of like signifying, like trying to gently usher them out as the Strixwolf mother gives you a bit of a nod, takes a couple more vegetables and fruits into their beak and their talons, and the little pups like wobbling back and forth as they kind of trot along into the brush.
Take whatever you need. It is no concern to us. We have our own mission."
So wait, the mushroom just turned into an animal and ate meat. So does that mean mushrooms eat meat?
Yeah.
Weird.
For once, Jelly's gonna be speechless.
I'm just repeating what just happened so I can remember it, and I wasn't hearing anything. Okay.
No
Okay.
thoughts, only friendship. After they've cleared out, I think Portobello. It should be fine. I'm gonna de-transform so I can drive the cart, because apparently I don't think I want to just walk beside it. I don't know what the limits of these things are, so gonna kind of like watches that. Similar to how they transformed the first time, the form starts to decay and like enters into this sort of mush state, and you watch as this like patch of this sort of colony of mushrooms start to begin forming that same like familiar humanoid shape. You can see the apron is still there because that's part of it. This like long poncho and the big like mushroom. You're not sure if it's a hat or his head, but it kind of like hangs off, other bits of mushrooms growing on top of it. That same like that very like deep red color, and also what appears to be like a collar that kind of covers, so there's only really the eyes present. It waddles on over. They were very pleasant. They as kind of like as like a finger pops up. It's like
Oh my gosh! I'm gonna keep that for me.
Jelly's gonna throw up her entire stomach and start cleaning it.
Uh,
I am
Butters
so
unwraps
sorry.
her scarf and then immediately hiking a foot up to clamber up onto your shoulder, just starts stabbing at it with her little tapestry scarf, just wiping the blood away.
Just unfazed, just like so anyway, we could get on our way. We just need to clear the cart of
Wait, so is everyone over there dead and gone?
well, I mean, nobody's ever really dead. Once you die, you become like nutrients for the soil, and that kind of permits new life in the
Okay,
way.
I'm gonna go. Remy's
Okay.
Remy's gonna go loot bodies.
Loot bodies.
If there's anything available in the Strix, Mother is God.
Okay.
That is a good point. Are there any good ingredients left?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you look over at the cart. Just move your characters closer to that. So now, Portobello, you're back to mushroom form. Back there. So yeah, going to the cart, the Strix wolf has disappeared into the brush with the 2 pups. But yeah, looking over the cart here, it seems to be stripped of any valuables. The dead driver kind of there strewn over the cart with a mangled arm, picked over by the Strix wolf family for food. But
Do I
as you
see
look,
any kind of like thing on the cart that might tell it where it came from, where it was going, who it was like, who like did it come from the place that we're heading to, or
Yes.
like, stuff like that.
yeah, so well, first make me an instinct roll.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
So same thing, duality die, add the instinct. If you want to spend hope to add an experience to this, you are able to do so.
Well, it's not as a con artist, and pickpocket doesn't really help with the experience in this situation right here. That's only a 5 with hope.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, things that are fairly obvious that everyone can see. You notice that the person's neck is slit, the driver,
They're dead.
cut with a knife.
They're dead and
um,
gone.
You also notice that you see remnants of thorny bramble tangled around the wheel of the carriage and strewn across the road.
Sabotage.
Is there any way I could do like some kind of like Arcana check to see if there was any magic involved with like the thorny bramble?
I think you can make another instinct roll for that.
Okay. Just grabbing the right ones. Okay.
Are there any nice spices or anything
I
on
was
top
gonna
of the
say, are
carriage?
there spices?
That's
Are there spices? Maybe some ingredients,
17.
nice meats.
That's 17 with fear plus.
Oh shit!
Yeah, no, just 17 with fear. I'm not gonna add.
17 with fear. So no spices, unfortunately. Like I said, valuable has been picked pretty clean from this cart. Looking around the bramble, seeing if there's any like magical means behind this vine, or if it was made there out of the ether. You don't get that sense. It looks like this bramble was put here with raw materials and was placed here preemptively. But you also hear something out of the branchwork behind you.
Does anybody
Looking
else hear
around.
that?
Yeah, it almost seems like the soundtrack of our existence has changed.
Anyone just feel the bass just keep pumping faster.
I kind of like it.
Whirlwind of cracking branches and unsheathed blades. A group of 4 thistlefolk jump out from the brush alongside the road. The overturned cart was indeed an ambush, and they stand before you, weapons drawn, blocking the road. We're going into what we know as Daggerheart battle, everybody.
Yo, boy.
Okay.
Because
Okay,
you
can I
rolled-
transform into Thistlefolk now?
But because you got a 17 on that instinct from you, Leah, they are not gonna get a surprise round on you.
Oh, good.
So this will be just straight up here. So determining who goes first, because you saw them coming, I'm gonna have you guys go first.
Hi.
The very first thing I'm gonna do is just do another nervous little Relent, and I'm gonna use an action to spend a hope, and I'm gonna cast a temporary thick fog that encircles an area very close to my current location and hopefully hides all of us from the fog.
Nice.
Okay, so you're dousing your guys in fog.
Yes, it's a mysterious mist.
Okay, so yeah, read out loud what it does.
Everyone within is hidden to anybody outside the fog. This encircles a stationary area to very close range to your current location.
Very
Nice.
close range. Okay, so we'll say that's in the 5 to 10 feet range there. So it's centered around you, I'm guessing,
I would assume.
or an area you can pick.
Yeah, I'll try to do it over like as close to all of us as possible. I don't know if it goes just over me and around me, or if I can just like pick, but
Yeah, let's see.
I'll try to put it over all of us.
So that's around 10 feet around you, which if you were to move just over here,
If you move closer, yeah.
yeah, it's hard because if you move kind of down here, they'll be within the fog, but it's hard to see you as well. You're kind of just doing a cloud cover for those outside of it. So no matter where you go, someone will be in your fog, but those looking outside of it will have a hard time finding you.
Okay. I'm so sorry, brothers. You're gonna be excluded.
Not my sister, please. They're the only reason I'm still alive.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep that. How many
Okay.
actions did we get? Just one?
So the action tracker, basically, you can do as many actions as you want collectively. It's not until you roll fear or I choose to collectively take the actions that are being produced in combat to do something. So that was one action. You didn't have to roll anything for that. It just seemingly happens, causing a bunch of fog to billow out. You want to describe how it comes out of you, or how it gets emanated?
Yeah, so she's gonna have the her little staff and just gonna like clutch it tightly and just and it's just gonna like out from the top of her staff and just envelop almost like ink from a nervous squid.
I love the
Defense mechanism. Just,
That's so good.
smoke grenade.
Comboing with that smoke, I love that. So Remy is going to go ahead and use his ability to hide and dart inside the fog, and I'm going to mark a stress to become hidden.
Dang, okay.
So I have disadvantage to attack rolls against me, and as a rogue, I'm hidden. Targets also can't see me, and even if they move into line of sight of me. So I'd like to kind of like dart into the fog as it like is poofs out. Remy takes his wings, which are kind of like he's got two sets of wings. He has moth-like characteristics about him, which are like emperor moth wings and then little lunar moth wings underneath it. And he kind of curls himself around him and spins inside the fog to kind of like envelop around the smoke around him, and would like to kind of dart through and then sneak attack this particular creature there.
Go for it. Yeah. So the Thistle folk are basically like bandit grung. They all have like tattered leathers on them, like big bladed daggers, very disheveled. There are a few bandit sort of groups among these out here in the Sablewood to just attack unsuspecting folk. So
Fantastic.
Go for it.
So I get to roll with advantage because I'm hidden, which is I roll with double hope, and I pick the higher of the hope. And that is it's only an 11 to hit with hope.
Ooh, that is going to miss, unfortunately.
Okay.
So still super sick. Almost like you're almost doing like Batman level actions without knowing you're doing them. Like Kelly just going, oh, creating smoke, and then all of a sudden Remy with the moth wings.
I got this. Don't worry.
Just goes straight into the.
I'm very slippery.
Yeah, go into the mist thinking like, oh, it's gonna be a great way to mask my movements, but you're just going I just kind of hit wildly as you kind of just took a big breath in before going for your strike. And before the grung could get into the fog, just this little dagger comes out of the fog and you start coughing uncontrollably, but you do miss.
Ah, unfortunate.
It's all right. You
Portobello
looked so
butter.
cool.
You couldn't see me. I was hidden.
I think that was the point.
Oh, dang it.
Buttercup, Portobello, do you want to try anything?
I turned to my sister. Are we fighting these guys or like is this?
It looks like the first hit was already landed or attempted to be landed. So I'm just going to, sorry, excuse me, and I'm going to clamber up on top of my brother's head. And then from the height I get, I'm going to take a swinging blow with my battle axe as I unsheath it. And I'm going to try to launch myself from the height I get at this guy over here.
If
Whoa!
possible, can I use my move in tandem with that? So I have a spell called Vicious Entangle. So can I make that easier by rolling a spellcast roll against a target within far range? On a success, roots and vines reach out from the ground and temporarily restrain them. I don't know if that gives them advantage or anything, but if I could, I assist my sister.
Dang. Okay, so let's do this movement by movement. So you jump onto Portobello's shoulders, you launch yourself out towards this person. At the same time, Portobello, you want to do kind of a grasping vines movement to like hold
Yes,
them
please.
in place.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's see. For that, jumping off from where you are, let's do the equivalent of like an athletics agility roll.
Oh, good. That is a 14 with hope.
14 with hope, sweet. So you can mark hope with that. So yeah, you're able to launch yourself off of there, jump over onto one of the thistlefolk. At the same time, Portobello, you are going to do your grasping vines. Do you need to roll for that? Do I need to roll for that?
I have to roll for that, so I get the +2 to that for my spellcast roll, which is a total of 18.
18. That does hit. Do you do any damage?
I do 1d8 damage.
All right, roll that.
3. I do not know how much health they have, but I also do not want to injure them too much. I just making sure that they don't move.
3 damage. Okay. Beauty. So you go and then make your attack to Buttercup. You're going to deal with your, what are you hitting with?
Battle axe. I'm cleaving downward with the momentum from the jump.
Awesome. Okay, go for it.
That is, yikers. 10.
10.
10.
That will miss, unfortunately.
Okay, that's okay. It was with
With
hope
the-
at least.
With the with the grasping vine move, Portobello, did it say anything else with it? Did it say like restrained or anything like that? It's more of like a ranged attack that just hits them.
On a success, roots and vines reach out from the ground and temporarily restrain them, dealing 1d8 damage. On a success, you may also spend a hope to temporarily restrain any enemies very close to your target. Which, if they're within range of that, I'd like to do? I don't know how close very close is.
Very close is like 5 feet. It's like right next
dang
to
it.
Yeah.
Can I just, like, push him a little bit closer?
Fortunately not.
It's okay.
Okay.
Next time.
They're so
But yeah.
slippery.
I got
Going
one
down,
of them.
but still that thing will jump off Portobello's shoulders with your battle axe. The grasping vines come up from the ground, kind of emanating from Portobello like a wave, wraps around the legs of this thistlefolk ambusher. But as soon as they wrap around the legs, it leans down from the reaction of the thorns digging into the thigh, but that makes it able to just miss from the swing.
I'm
but you're
sorry.
gonna skid on the ground.
No, you're perfect.
You're the best. Okay, you guys can still keep going if you like. No one's rolled fear yet.
Oh no, I
I-
rolled with fear for the investigation. The perception.
Oh, that is true.
Oh.
That is true. So I do
It
have
was
one
with
I can
fear.
use.
I think you might have another, because mine was 9 was on the fear die, and the other one was a 7, so I think you have
Oh,
two.
hitting with the
Yeah,
graphic
hitting
vines
with
with
the
the fear?
vines. Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Fun. So I got 2 to use. Okay.
I don't know why I said that loud. We could have been winning a lot faster.
that.
At least we're honest.
That gets us hope points, right? By being honest in this game.
That's right. That gives us advantage throughout the rest
Yeah,
of the
we win for being good people.
We are good Samaritans.
That's part of my domain, actually. Yeah.
You know
Ah.
what? No. I'm gonna save it for now. I'm gonna
Oh.
save it.
Oh,
So you guys keep
Oh.
going.
Jelly, you want to do anything?
Yes. So I'm going to. We got like up to like 30 feet of movement ish, give or
Yeah.
Pretty
take.
much. You can move up to 30 feet. After 30 feet, it's gonna cost you a roll to do so.
You
Okay.
got like all this space.
yeah.
to
We.
move through.
Oh my
I'm-
God. That.
I'm gonna roll up. I'm gonna move up to these two.
I am
And-
exposed.
I'm.
Help! No, the fog.
Will the fog stay or does it like stay with me?
it
That's a
s-
good question.
Is it centered on you, or like does it follow you?
I
Yeah,
guess because it is coming from my staff, it probably would follow me.
Yeah, unless the spell might say like centered on a point that you choose or centered on you.
Okay, so I'm gonna come up to these two and I'm gonna start spieling because these are thistles. They are probably made of wood, and I think that wood is very flammable. So I'm gonna cast Wild Flame on. I can do this up to 3 enemies, but very close to me. So I'm just gonna do it on these two in front of me. A flame erupts from my hand, dealing 2d6 damage and a stress to any that I succeed against.
Ooh, okay.
I also have a +2 to spellcast roll.
Nice.
And then question for the DM, because I do have a staff, a great staff. With my great staff, the feature that comes with it is that I can roll 1 extra damage die and drop the lowest. But since I'm using my hand for this spell, because it does say from my hand, does that apply or?
So no, that would be if you're hitting with the staff itself. That applies
okay.
to the damage from bonking with the staff. But if you're doing a spell with your hand, it's its own separate thing.
Okay, cool beans. All right. Then I'm going to roll.
Yeah.
So
you
I
gotta
rolled
beat 13.
Okay, so I'm rolling to hit first.
Correct.
Okay. Oh shit. That is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 with fear.
Oof. Okay. That is good to know. Okay.
Jelly, stop screaming when you hit him. It doesn't help.
Maybe if you screamed louder, it scare them.
So that was
It's
a
scaring
15.
me.
That was a 15 on both of them, correct? Because the one hit goes to both of them.
Yes, I think so. It's just a spell casting roll against up to 3. Very close.
Yeah.
to
So
me.
you rush over through the fog. This terrifying visage of yourself, this cute little frog wizard, suddenly encroached in fog and in cloud. People whizzing in out of it. People are trying to get it away from their face, coughing heavily. And then this cute little frog wizard just comes out from the fog and just like erupts flamethrowers from their hands. And the Tooth of the Folk ambushers just erupt and flick.
I
just,
also didn't even
groan
realize
and
there's
croak.
there's also supposed to be a +2 to the spellcast roll that I completely forgot.
All
Oh
good.
Christ.
That amount of damage, you just one-shotted both of them. They're
Oh,
both
good.
dead.
Cool beans.
Are they dead?
I weakened one for you.
They
I
stopped
helped.
screaming, so I assume so.
Nice.
Yeah. We killed him. We killed him.
All right.
I don't know about the we, but I'm here. I survived.
Valiant team effort. Can I turn to the last two guys?
Yes. Before that, though, I'm gonna spend a fear
Oh no.
Oh.
to do stuff.
What if you didn't? Can I spend a hope for you not to do that?
I'd like
What
to
if I
approach
ask
the
you
bench.
very nicely?
If I ask you
bolt,
really
lightning
nice.
bolt, lightning bolt,
Magic
lightning
missile.
bolt.
Magic
Magic
missile.
missile.
Magic missile.
Magic missile.
Fireball.
Yeah, so this is also, for those watching and for those who have played the system, using fear to go for the GM to do moves, waiting for fear to do GM moves. It's kind of a choose your own adventure kind of playstyle, I feel, as to how you want to use your fear tokens to let GMs move. Technically, for me, and this is just what I've found to work for my table running this, if I have no fear tokens on my side and players are just cranking out hits and using hope points to do so, I won't go until I have some fear tokens on my side. the rules so far, from what I've seen, there may be more updates after this one shot. Kind of say like GMs can go as long as there's actions points to do stuff with, or until the players roll fear in a combat scenario, to which then you can instantly go. It's kind of a bit of both. So I like to wait until I have fear points, and then once I have them, I'll start using them at discretion to do stuff. So that's what I'm gonna do here. So I'm gonna let, with the actions that have been going on, I've got enough to let these two do some fun things. So I'm gonna send one over to Portobello.
Wait, no, please.
And one face off against the strong goblin paladin in front. So here we go. So with the GMs as well, I never get to roll duality die, which is kind of like, wah, but I get to roll the good old D20 with the monsters.
Just as long as it's not your Eye of Sauron dice.
Oh God.
Oh, that's coming later.
Hear me
Okay.
out. We can talk about this. We don't have to like.
Well, that's a nat 20.
What?
The first hit. That's,
Why?
Please say against me. Please say against me.
oh no.
It was fun while it lasted, everybody.
Yes.
Portobello. Okay. I'm just looking this up because I'm just making sure a critical hit comes from a GM, because the double
I'm not close enough to you.
He's okay. I will be fine. Probably. Hopefully.
let's see
We're
if I can
having
one.
soup tonight.
let's see
Oh,
if I can
no.
No.
Let's see if I can one shot him, shall we?
Wait, what? Hold on, what?
It was fun playing with you, Anna. It really was. It was a great
Oh,
time.
yay.
I
it was
will go
awesome.
in.
Is there any
Insane.
kind of like equivalent of reactions in this so
If
far?
your sheet has something to that effect, and you have the hope points to do so, I know Paladin had that shield option of like,
I'm not close enough. I'm not close enough.
Well, if we were next to each other when you jumped off of me, we would technically be close enough. I didn't remember movement was a thing, so.
If you did step forward, I would be next to you and I could take it.
Yes, I did that.
oh boy.
How far would they have had? How would it have worked if if they had jumped on top of me? I would have had to get close. So like, this is me. Do I roll hope for you to believe me on this?
Okay, I'm gonna. If this damage is right,
Oh,
boy.
Christ. Wait, what do you mean? Wait, hold on.
Just looking at the old notes about crits from GMs.
I don't know if this counts as like any kind of reaction, but I do have a long tongue where I can grab onto things, and I would want to hopefully pull at least a little bit. Just pull him back a little bit.
Unless
don't-
you have the reaction to do so.
I don't think it's marked as any kind of reaction though. That's the only
I don't
thing.
think they have reactions as marked in this. I think you
Portobello,
just do
you're gonna
things.
take 25 points
Ah,
of physical
Sweet
damage.
mercy.
What if
That's
I
still only
didn't?
3 though, right? That's
Yeah,
still
that's
only
3.
3.
Severe
just-
is 14, so
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
still
you can
up.
crit all you
God.
want. That's okay.
No,
okay,
he
but
can't.
don't though. Please don't.
So unfortunately, the Thistle folk, these dark serrated blades at their side, kind of taken aback from the fog antics that you've been thrown at them, surprise tactics, throwing them off their game. They hear two of their friends just burn away and shout in the distance of the Sablewood, and one just runs right forward to Portobello. It's killed or be killed, and this dark serrated blade just gets right into the side of your big beefy mushroom stalk, and the light little thinning layers of your mushroom body just start to fillet away like paper,
Oh.
and a massive gash is formed, and a crack in the stalk is starting to bend Portobello over. Any more cut in that, and their entire abdomen might be ripped to shreds.
It is fine, everybody. This is not the first time this has happened to me.
Butter's pupils just dilate, teeth bared, and it looks like there's no one at home anymore behind her eyes.
Well, they got another one coming towards you right
That's
now.
great.
So here
Come
we
on,
go.
buddy.
They're restrained though. They're restrained though because I hit them with the thing.
They are restrained.
Ha! I
So
did a
this.
thing.
That's a 14 to hit, so that goes against your evasion score.
My evasion, that'll hit, yeah.
So it's higher than the 14?
Oh, no. My evasion's 5, so it'll hit me, I believe.
5? Are you not wearing armor?
I am. My armor's 4.
Interesting. Okay. So you will be taking...
I've got a lot of armor, not going to lie. I just realized I had a shield. My armor is 4.
So you're taking 14 points of physical damage.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll soak that with an armor
Sweet.
a little
Okay.
bit. Yeah.
So yeah, you do have your armor slots that you can use to reduce damage as well. So you don't have to take all that damage if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Same for you, Portobello. If you didn't want to take that whole thing, you can use your armor slots to do that, to reduce it.
It's dramatic. I'm here for it.
Okay, so same thing. The Thistlefolk just rush in, just trying to cut you guys down. Buttercup, you're kind of defending with your small stature. Kind of the Thistlefolk is just a bit taller than you with your battle axe, king, king. But the speed of this is just cutting in between the larger, slower strides with the battle axe. Couple heavy cuts in the abdomen, but you're still standing tall. Let's see. That's as many. So for GMs as well, you can only use as many actions as you do as per creature you have. So only got 2 guys. We've done 2 actions. That's all I can do at the moment. So it goes back to you.
Great.
These hurts a lot. It's gonna very you can see the bits and pieces, like all the individual strands of mushroom body that are being snapped just from the sheer weight of my upper torso. I just kind of look over at my sister. You can kind of see in the hollow sections of the eyes. I'm just going to look at the fucking little dude here, and I don't have a whole lot of. I could transform. I'm going to restrain this one too because he's being a dick.
He gets timeout.
Yeah, you go to timeout corner. This is very rude of you. We have done nothing to harm you. So that is a 17 with hope.
Oof.
So that is a singular.
What are you hitting with?
With my Vicious Entangle, I roll a spellcasting thing, so they take 6 damage from that.
So more roots wrap up. Just envelop this guy as he tries to stab you and almost cut your stalk in half. You kind of make your arm go a bit limp and into the ground as mushroom stalks and vines just rip up behind him and just wrap around. Do you want to describe how you finish this person off?
Oh, they're dead?
Oh,
Nice.
I think. You know what? For flavor, this is the first time Portobello's ever killed anyone. Having
It's up to you if you want to
seen-
kill them. You could say it's non-lethal.
Drama, Des. On this brief little adventure, he looks over at his sister, who is being viciously attacked by this other guy who he thought was restrained with his vines, and it feels like a personal failure, as he's like, I can't be protected by them, and I can't protect them. So you can see as lumbering towards this form, this small, minute, grung-like creature. Portobello, there's nothing behind the eyes right now. Normally, it's that very warm and nurturing figure, but there's just this cold, unkempt force of nature. He just reaches his hand down. You watch as the vines crawl up from the dirt and entangle them, and just start pulling them down into it.
Damn.
Awesome. Yeah,
Good.
the
Timeout.
Thistlefolk has become one with the Sablewood now, as that rage that you don't normally feel just sort of takes over and almost intrinsically tied into the symbiotic nature of the Sablewood as the environment around you kind of joins forces to pull them into the depths of the ground underneath. So the Thistlefolk just starts to scream out until its mouth is covered in gravel and dirt. And you go,
May your death have more meaning than your life.
damn. All right, one left. What would you all like to do?
White knuckling that battle axe. I just want to lop that thing's head off.
Go for it.
That's a crit. It's 2 tens.
Nice.
Let's
2
go.
tens.
I won't even make you roll damage dice. How do you want to do this? How do you want to destroy this thing from everything you've just witnessed?
Feet planted, white knuckling the battle axe grip, shifting. I just want to rear back, snarl at this thing, and lob its head right off.
This little tiny goblin stature, the eyes start to blaze forth with intense rage. The wrinkles on the nose get so crinkled, the wrinkles on the eyes get extreme, teeth grit. You just lob your tiny body off enough to be like in same leveling with the thistle folk. Quick, as your whole body spins around, flops on the ground, the thistle folk just standing there. Just sliced clean, perfectly even as it just rolls on the ground, falls on the ground, dead on arrival. Thistle folk are no more.
We did it, everybody. We did it.
I'm gonna just run over to my sister and be like, "Are you okay?"
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm gonna take off my scarf and I'm gonna soak my 1 health potion and I'm gonna wrap it around
Okay.
the injury.
I have a.
Nope. This is my fault. You take my potion.
Jelly's gonna blow the rest of the smoke away from her staff and look over at Remy and go, "Who is we?"
There the entire time. Got your back. You
It's
know,
like an area of
thing.
effect of credit.
That's exactly right, buddy. Exactly right. Ugh.
It's okay. It's quite the show, at least.
Just gonna take a small sandwich, like a couple sandwiches out from the apron, and just be like, "Is anybody hungry? It's a very well fought battle." As he just kind of like every so often looks over at that spot that was once a person.
Jelly's gonna look over at him and just remember he's got maybe just like a little bit of blood left around his mouth and just go, "I don't have an appetite."
That is fine.
Yeah.
Save it for later.
Let's get this card out of the way. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
Start lumbering over and just push it.
All right.
And Remy's just directing you how to do it.
As you're kind of giving directions there to
Your
Portobello.
knees.
I don't really have knees. It's mostly stock.
Okay, it's your stocks.
I am pushing with all my stock right now.
Okay, you better keep going.
As Remy directs traffic, Buttercup trying to tend to Portobello's wounds, the rest of you kind of getting over the adrenaline of a bunch of bandits trying to take your life, but not before you took theirs. Camera kind of starts to pan up over the Sablewood to a nice, lush, pink and light blue pastel sunset, where we will take our first break, everybody. So, before we enter into the little town of Hush inside the Sablewood, we're just going to stretch the legs, refill the drinks, and we'll be right back, everyone. Don't go anywhere. Hey, everybody, we are back. Thank you for letting us take a little break while we stretch the legs, refresh the drinks, and all that good stuff. Let's continue on with our Daggerheart chaotic group here, shall we? So, last we left off here, you had successfully rid yourselves from an ambush of thistle folk creatures. You made friends with the Strix wolf mother and their 2 pups. You were able to clear the way of an overturned cart that turned out to be a trap. But pushing over the side, you're able to continue forth on your objective, your main mission, delivering this package to someone known as the White Fire Arcanist in the little town of Hush. That's where we're picking up right now. So after you've been traveling for a few hours more, after that encounter, making your way past the homes of the village, then through the farmlands of Hush, you see a variety of crops that have begun to cultivate a thin layer of glowing blue moss over the top of their fruits and vegetables. They pulse softly like a heartbeat as you pass by. Among the thriving groves, you notice that the Sablewood trees in this area have hundreds of unique faces carved into all sides, the eyes peering in every direction. One tree, taller than the rest, bears the Arcanist's home, like an overripe fruit. It hangs from a braid of rope as wide around as a giant's forearm, tied to a massive branch and counterweighted by a cabin-sized boulder lying at the base of the tree. Stone is marked with a collection of symbols, and the cabin windows flash with a soft yellow-green light. What would you all like to do?
I'm gonna be real honest with y'all. The intrusive thoughts are there.
Please don't
Cut the rope.
No,
I'm
please
just
don't cut the rope.
saying, it's right there.
I understand that it is right there, but that is somebody's house. It would be very rude if somebody came to your house and just started like cutting your ropes.
You
think
want
Remy-
to slingshot it?
That's what I'm
Remy,
saying.
I wish that the trait that you were born with the Luna Moth was the fact that Luna Moths are born with no mouth. I wish that would have been you.
That is true. That's a fact. That's a real thing.
Yeah, she reminds me of that all the time too. You know, Luna moths only last a week because they don't got no mouths.
That is deeply tragic.
My mom was a
Portobello's
Luna
like
moth.
crying a little.
My mom's dead. Thanks, Jelly.
I never knew my mother.
I didn't either.
I had a different mother, but like I didn't know the one that created the mushroom mom, the mom shroom.
Are we all motherless?
Mushroom.
Look
No,
at
I
me.
had a
look
very
at
happy
buddy.
family growing up.
No, it.
Well, good for you.
Good for you.
Is that not? Are we not sharing? We're getting to know each other. I think it is very important to cultivate intense and personal relationships when on the road.
I don't.
Are we sure this is the address?
It looks distinctly magical in a way that I don't think an arcanist, jelly magic, right? You are an adept arcanist.
I
right?
am very good at magic, yes.
Mhm.
I'm gonna
So
do
is this the address or not?
Do we not have it written down?
Yeah, so we fast forwarded a little bit.
3
For the
hours
sake-
later.
For the sake of time, but there is an actual part of the one shot that we're just fast forwarding through a little bit just to say for times we want this to be a one shot, not a two-parter. But in the time
Yeah,
of you
you do.
traveling from the cart over to this location, you were able to reach the small little town of Hush, able to talk to the locals there, seeking the location of the Whitefair Arcanist. You were told of the location of their dwelling, which they led you kind of further out into the forest, closer to this area. Described to them that they live in this house that's lifted above the ground. So it matches the description that you were told.
How do we get up there?
You've got wings and you're
Oh,
asking
yeah.
us?
I'm just, hey,
Say-
it is very stressful
They did say
working
we.
these things.
I
I-
appreciate you being considerate.
Yeah, they said we, as in like all of us together to get up there. Obviously, they could get up there easy. Yeah, but
That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
actually, I
Mhm.
could just hop up there, but I'm being considerate too.
you are both
want-
very kind.
Mhm. I want to climb the
Makes
rope.
me feel so
Could
bad.
climb the rope. I feel like
You're
I could
kinda
probably like fastball
stupid.
special you up there. It would.
Do you want to throw me?
I could try.
Okay.
Hey, let's race. Let's go. Come on, let's race. Let's race. Let's race.
That
Let's
kind of
race.
just leaves me down here, but that's fine.
Do you
Come
guys
back
want to
for you.
race?
Yes.
Sure.
I'll let this happen.
I want to be
Okay.
thrown like a
Fastball
basketball.
special. Just
Portobello and Remy, make me agility rolls.
oh, thank God.
You can use hope to boost this if you want. With
I'm
your
going to use all of it.
experiences. If it's applicable, or if you have special moves that will boost your rolls, you could do that.
Can I,
too.
like,
That uses 2 7s, which is a crit, right? How that
Oh,
works.
shit,
Oh
yes.
my gosh! Hang on. I have Luck Bender. Once per session, after an ally in close range makes an action roll, I can spend 3 hope to allow a reroll. I want you to reroll that.
You said allow though. Allow one. I don't have to take it.
I will allow it.
Allowance invokes the idea of I have to decide.
I want to take a little dagger and kind of just prick the bandage that's kind of holding your gut together, so it kind of falls out a little.
Okay, well the wording is very specific though. Does it like basically like the ally has to agree to it?
It says you can spend 3 hope to allow a reroll.
You
Yeah,
know
that's
what?
what it
I'll
says.
prove a point. I agree to it. I'll reroll right now.
There you go. Let the dice tell the story.
Yeah. Oh, Remy, let's see how this goes for you.
I rolled 21 with fear.
2 10s.
Oh my god!
I was born to be a basketball.
You made him stronger somehow.
I
You
am
made
the
them
god.
stronger. Wow.
That's amazing.
Well,
That's
I
so
got a
good.
fear-
Worth
I got a
it.
fear out of that, so I'm happy.
Worth it.
Do you get a fear out of that? Anyway, whatever.
Well, Remy rolled with fear, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I rolled with fear. I rolled a 21 with fear, but he got a crit.
That's great.
Go.
Yeah, so Portobello, how do you want to describe chucking Buttercup up to the top of this
I feel like we
floating hut here?
we have practiced this many a times. It is the festival special. Back in the old country where we come from, there are like these very tall trees that have various fruits and vegetables. Maybe not vegetables, fruits. And I'm used to like basketballing them up into the canopy. But this one, I'm trying to prove a point as Remy decides to cheat like a cheater, a rapscallion, you could even say. As they snap the bandage, that inspires me to be even more aggressive with this, as the rage from the pain and the deep-seated trauma having murdered a man it inspires me to do this a lot better, as I just kind of like basketball my sibling up into the trees.
I am very aerodynamic.
It's all in the scarf.
All right, so as the two of you have a bit of a contest going on, a bit of a rivalry, like I can get there faster than you, just come on. And Remy just takes a minute to like poise themselves to get ready to fling themselves up with the wings, but their wings are like, they take a while to get going. So Remy talks a big game about to like do this amazingly like epic stance and just like slowly hovering before they get a bit speed. Portobello, you just take Buttercup. Your elongated arm with the mushroom vines and elasticity just.
I was the first trebuchet.
So long, sucker!
Able to just zoom right by you, landing perfectly on the landing above as Remy still helicopter style gaining speed to get up to you. But we'll make it up there eventually. But as you are up top of the landing here, the house itself almost looks like a hanging, glowing lantern. It has this sort of spherical circumference of a walkway around it. Beautiful decorations all around, a lot of warm orange and yellow lights adorning this place everywhere, a lot of pointed architecture with lots of drooping decorations from somebody who's been living here an incredibly long time. Lots of fireflies are kind of bouncing to and fro as the sunlight is getting lower in the distance from the sunset. Many strange lights kind of glowing in and out of certain cottage-like doorways and stained glass windows. You're up here. You just hear a little bit of a tumble as you head up there. The whole thing kind of swings back and forth a little bit. What would you like to do?
And safe.
Oh,
Now!
sorry. Oh, this is just I'm sorry, my nap.
You had help. So just
I
so you
did.
know, you will always need help in life. That's
I
okay.
will, and that is my greatest strength.
Mm.
I'm gonna take off my scarf, which is incredibly long because it's a little tapestry for every major life event she's had, and I'm just gonna cast it over the side. Go ahead,
Oh,
loop it around your waist, and I will just pull you up, brother.
Looks at
difficult
my
to underestimate.
gigantic form as the like.
I am so totally jacked. It's okay.
That is fair. You are very jacked. Kind of turn over to Jelly. Just, They are very jacked.
Jelly's just gonna sigh and I don't need you guys and just start climbing up the side.
Ribbit.
Is that part of ribbit biology, perhaps? I did not know that you were half spider.
I'm a tree frog. Stupid.
Yes, you are a frog on a tree. Anyway, I'm just going to like wrap myself. Just kind of like
Amazing.
yours
I won't,
weight.
I won't bother you rolling for this because I love it too much. So
The tree
the
frog.
short, stout goblin just puffing it like a 70s gymnast, just muscles bulging out of their arms, brute strength as Jelly.
Remy's
just
kind of
slowly
watching this,
climbing.
just like kind of horrified at seeing like as like you're pulling up. I'm kind of presuming that portobello isn't very light, and like just kind of swinging the house as like you kind of pull it up and like it's all rocking, like ah.
You
Full
can feel those,
stand.
I am the
those, like,
counterweight.
you can see those dense muscle fibers just extrude through the skin like someone who just has 0% body fat. It just like
Damn.
ripples through with
That's
each
like-
tug of the tapestry. Their biceps just bulging out, but like the rips and the lines are like perfectly asymmetrical with each pull they have.
As I'm being like dragged over the threshold of the like the railing or what have you, I'm just like maintaining eye contact with Remy, like arms crossed, just like yeah. Just like over the edge, yeah. That is
Meanwhile,
right.
Jelly's just slowly climbing up the adjacent tree, up and up more. Eventually, leapfrog your way over towards the landing. But with all this commotion, and now the house seemingly kind of like swinging back and forth, various wind chimes kind of clinking together from all the commotion. What the hell is going on out there?
Housekeeping.
We're here on official business. We do not have to lie.
Oh, delivery, DoorDash.
Oh, that's a great name for it.
Yeah.
You see a
Dungeon
7-foot
Dash.
mix of humanoid and firefly. The Arcanist is a fairy that moves in a combination of both slow and suddenly jerky movements. Though her expressions are difficult to read, her emotions are very clear in her voice. She is old, but spry, and eyes the group mischievously. As you see this hunched over, fairy-like creature kind of come from around the walkway over to you, wearing various adornments, jingling jewelry, a staff that has various fireflies and glowing bloomed flowers all around this crooked wooden piece of a walking stick. A hood that kind of drapes down with a tapestry of various materials, some made of leaves, some made of vegetation. This glowing white gown underneath that also looks very old and maybe has even been knit by themselves with local cotton and local materials. They kind of shuffle over. Big, round, gold-framed glasses that kind of magnify their eyes a little bit. Are you the group Emrys sent from the capital? My, you're rather late, aren't you?
I thought we were making great time.
You're supposed to be here 3 days ago, but fuck it, whatever. I'm old, I don't give a shit. Come on in. Get up.
We got lost.
Wait,
Oh, what?
how
how'd
are we
you get lost?
supposed to get the package up here?
Oh. I could go back down, and then we
Could
could just
lower
repeat
you.
the process. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remy
I can
looks
just
to the
lower
old-
this thing too, that helps as well. And
Wait,
just
you could
like
do what?
snaps their fingers, and a bunch of fireflies that were kind of hanging around and all the lanterns all simultaneously leave. So a big lush of glowing light kind of hushes down for a minute as all the fireflies kind of go over to the winch and kind of hover around it, and the whole house starts to
Oh,
Magic.
child labor.
That is both true. Magical child labor. What is a labor?
So, as the Arcanist lowers her home and invites you inside, you notice that the treehouse is surprisingly spacious. The main room is a crowd of potion bottles, spell books, runes, plants, small creatures of all kinds. But no one could classify this place as messy. It's clear that if anyone moved a single item even an inch, the old fairy would probably notice. But as some time passes, you're kind of in their living room with these big, lush plush pieces of furniture. Some have like patchworks kind of sewn into them, various velvet colorations of worn out purples and browns and greens of that nature. Little creatures kind of skittle around, beetles and squirrels and little creatures that are kind of mismatched together, which, because this game is so great about everyone collaborating together, I want each of you to describe me one little tiny little critter that's a mashup of something else. Quincy, go.
Where are these critters located?
They're all around you in the living room, just kind of like walking around and like grabbing you like a teapot and like a little teacup to have some water.
Oh gosh. Okay, so
Some
there
are just
is
like crawling on the walls.
Okay, so this little creature kind of comes up. It's like got the body of a turtle, but it has like the neck of a flamingo, and it's kind of coming over, and on its like beak is hanging like a teapot, and it kind of just like tilts its head a little bit, and it pours the hot tea into like some saucers and cups on a table there, and kind of then just kind of turns around and waddles away.
Cheers.
Cute. Brooke.
There is a small creature that looks like it has the body of a platypus, but the tail of a peacock, which is currently being used to dust off shelves as it maneuvers itself and perches itself on its beak to make sure that it can get the good angles between the books.
Cute.
That's awesome. Leah.
There's a jellyfish-like spider thing that's like stepping on through, but like sloppy, with its like little leg things, and it goes and it will like touch cords that like light up certain lamps and stuff like that, and it'll go to the next one and act as like an extension cord from the
That's awesome. I love that. And Portobello.
I love how you all went practical and like. I just thought of like ferret fox. It's just like a long fox. it's just like
Slinking
walking
around.
Yeah, it's like a wiener dog but a fox, and it's like just sort of like kind of lounging. It's not like there for any practical purposes. It's just really cute, and it like I'm gonna say it like walks up to Portobello, and Portobello's now just like kind of scarfing it as it just kind of like hangs up to it.
Looks around as the tea is being set up for the table. You're chatting with the Arcanist just about your journey. These animals kind of come around to set the table with the teacups and teapots and kind of just walking around. The fox creature kind of slinks around the ground. You kind of notice it and put your hands down, and it kind of slinks up into your arm and is able to like crowd around. It just wraps itself around your neck and just kind of burrows its face into yours.
Gonna look at my sister and kind of like point at the ferret fox and point at their scarf and just be like, ah?
You made friend.
I did make friend. It's kind of just... and before we get to anything else as well, once per short rest, I can do a thing. So I'm going to, as we have this moment of quiet post, ambushing and showing off how jacked my sister is, I pick out this like really poorly crocheted like little fabric patch. It has like a little picture of a mushroom on it, and I'm just going to hand it over to my sister. She's like, I've been working on this for most of the journey. That's why it took us 3 days, because I thought I would have more time, but I didn't. So, practically speaking, this is a rune ward. So from now on, when the holder of the ward takes damage, you can spend a hope to reduce it by 1d8.
Wow.
Oh,
I'm
That's
attaching
awesome.
it to my scarf. I'm attaching it to my scarf right now.
Brilliant.
It'll look nice.
All right. So as some time kind of goes by, sharing this tea with the Arcanist here, this fairy creature, eventually, conversation gets a bit quiet, and she goes, "All right, well, let's see what this package is then, shall we? You've come all this way. Bring it here, and has their old curmudgeon-y hands kind of laid out as you put the crate in their hands. All right. Don't freak out, all right? This is a bit of just a cautionary tale so that imaginary magical things don't explode, all right?
Huh?
Yeah, cool. All right. Foxy. And the fox around your neck kind of unfurls and sort of squirms their way over to the older fairy woman. Wraps around their arm. Thank you. You know what to do. Yeah? The fox ferret kind of stands upright, kind of slinking around, their nose. You see their little jagged little teeth grab something out of nowhere. You wouldn't be able to look at it if you were just passing by, but now that you're focusing on it, it's like this invisible thread that's been in the middle of the room this whole time. Kind of like in like an invisible cloak. Like if it's straight on, you wouldn't see it. As it moves, you see a bit of a shape. And you see this fox kind of grab this pulley of some kind, almost like a pulley to a light, like a light switch. And as it happens, the whole home starts to kind of shake a little bit, and the firefly lights around it kind of glow from a dull orange and yellow to a much more intense pink and purple. And you start to see lines kind of shift from the base of the home and start to go up towards the top in these almost flower-like petal formations as the whole home starts to unfurl like a blossom. And the Arcanist, kind of in their big, comfy, lazy boy chair, starts to glow, similar to the firefly lights around them. Kind of stands up, starts to float a little bit as their wings kind of flap, and they're holding the crate, lifting it up. It's very heavy, and they're very fragile, but somehow able to lift this very powerful thing. Puts their hand over the lock, puts their fingers inside, opens it up. And what you see inside King Emeris's package lies a massive stone with a lion's face carved into it. You recognize this as the keystone of their capital city gate's main archway. The Arcanist nods sagely as soon as she sees it, saying, "Of course, the king would keep this delivery secret. If anyone knew their city was no longer warded, well, they'd be conquered in a sunrise."
Has this been sent here for repairs?
No, they just wanted the city to be super unguarded.
Wait, we would. What is this?
Secret rock.
It's a big rock.
Basically, my
Big
friend,
rock.
it's a fancy rock that keeps bad people out and good people in. It's a bit of a safeguard of some kind, and if I'm not mistaken, it seems to be a bit on the lower battery end.
It's
a bit
just
of a
like the rock we
charge.
used to, as I kind of like motion over to my sister, it's just like the rock that we used to throw at other people when they approached our various tents.
But
Basically
it's
the
a
same concept.
warding stone, so
Yes.
it actually magically keeps away bad people.
I find that a rock to the head is quite good at warding, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say that it was pretty magical how
I mean,
fast they
hey,
were
that
running.
works well. That works very well. That works good too. But this one's more for an entire city. Imagine there's a magical way to smash someone's head on a rock.
There's a
but for a
magical
whole
way to
city.
smash people's rock. Oh,
Yeah, it's pretty impressive, man.
where do I get one of those?
Well, this one's a bit in the lower energy range. It's got a nitty bit of a charge. Look, we had to travel to the open vale to reinstate the ward. But such an effort of magic will attract very dangerous creatures from the darkest reaches of the Sablewood. So,
More fairies.
not quite that.
The big wolf, the Strix wolf?
Yeah.
Nope, not that either. Something. Let's
Is
just
it my
say,
mom?
Oh my goodness, is it their mom?
Yeah, I don't want to presume what could be your mom or not your mom.
It's just an ongoing search for me. You know, if you don't ask, you never know. So,
Possible. I'm not gonna rule it out, to be honest.
kind of like very excited, like possible, eh?
This ritual just attracts a very certain energy that dark denizens of this forest really, really like, and would kill me. To be
Oh.
blunt.
Oh.
So you wouldn't mind helping me out a little bit? Your king
Wait,
gets their thing, you get your reward, all that good stuff.
Nah, hang on. The king said that we had to just drop it off, and then we got paid. We dropped it off. Where's the pay?
You
Maybe
don't
the payment-
understand how magic works. This is a very important magical artifact, and if you don't want to stay and help, it's not like your absence would be much noticed, considering you did not help earlier.
If we help, will you teach us
Damn.
how to do magic blunt force trauma?
Yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Oh, sick. All right,
That's
cool.
easy.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Me too. Any extra magic is great for my resume to be the next apprentice.
But
How
we're
is
still
your
gonna get
resume
paid,
going?
right?
Oh, yes, of course. You'd be handsomely rewarded. Was there anything else that you wanted for helping me out here? I'm happy to help out.
Can I have your fox?
That's asking a lot. I kind of like my fox.
You said handsomely rewarded, and they are a very handsome creature.
They are very handsome.
They are like worm on string, but alive.
never
We
thought of
had
it that way.
several of those. That's a goblin thing.
Well,
I ain't following that up. That's perfect. We're done. That's it.
thank you, everybody. That was a great screen.
That's it.
Screen goes back. Well, I very much like Stanley. He's been my friend for many generations.
His name's Stanley?
Yeah, what else do you call a ferret fox?
No, I'm just admonishing that it is a very nice name. I would love to have your fox, personally, if we're talking rewards. Do you have nice spices, maybe?
Oh, fuck yeah. I've got lots of fucking spices. I make them
Okay.
all myself. You want some?
Cool, can I have that and your fox?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Could I have your spices? Could I have your spices, and then they can have your fox?
Yes, let's help me out with this thing first, and if I don't die, I'll be able to give you a lot of things, okay? How does that sound?
I mean, to be fair, if you die, then we can get these things for free.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Okay. You know what? As long as we get paid afterwards, okay?
The fact that you have this thing here is a bit of a homing beacon already. I'm surprised that this shit hasn't happened to you already. I can either help you to recharge this, you can be on your way, or without me, these things might come and try to find you anyway, and you'll be royally fucked.
Well,
Oh, so
Jelly
it's
is
a
quite a good arcanist, so
Yeah, Jelly could do it. Right? Right, Jelly?
Right? Really?
Well, I probably could, but I think that I think that I don't want to have to show off right now because I
no,
already-
Jelly. You should totally.
You
do
need
it.
to learn how to practice after your mother with the Luna Moth no mouth thing.
I mean, you could try to be at the center of this ritual, but it causes you to be very still and not move, and you are very susceptible to things grabbing and killing you. If that's your jam, go for
She's
it.
gonna look back at Remy
The name is
specifically and go, I don't think that I could trust me being not able to move and defend myself with certain party members here. And she's just gonna turn back like, I will just stay and help to protect.
Yeah, okay, cool. For the fox, everybody? For the fox?
For the
or
fox.
Stanley.
For Stanley.
I really like
Fine,
Fox.
whatever.
Fox is my best friend. Okay.
Our best friend.
Shuffle away,
Ours.
disappointed.
Are we bad people?
I am altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it anymore.
Literally.
Give me your fox, you dumb woman. Like,
She,
damn.
hey, she uses magical
Damn.
child labor. We are not the bad
Yeah,
people
well,
here.
we are liberating the fox from a terrible home environment.
You made that assumption. That's not what actually happened. I mean, we're all friends here. Magical
We're
friends
all
in the forest,
collectively telling
helping
this
each
story. If
other.
we say it, it's true.
Intention versus reception. We received it as such.
We received it as child labor.
I should have written in that side quest where all the fireflies are just saying, "Help us, please help."
And we also have your house and your fireflies.
While nobody's looking, Rivet's just gonna with her tongue and just grab one of the fireflies.
Child.
I want to imagine you just hear like a very quick.
What was that?
Nothing.
I don't know. I heard something outside. It might be the bad people coming. You should hurry up with that enchantment.
That
I
was
heard
a very
1,000
odd
tiny
sneeze.
voices screaming and then suddenly silence.
More
Something
like
probably fell.
932, but like
Did
yeah.
you hear the voices in my head?
Oh god. Are they back?
That
again?
could have been it.
Okay, I think
Oh,
this is
why we
fucking
need the magic
lying.
rock. I'm just
Open
saying,
mail
just-
this way. Yeah,
Who
yeah,
said
yeah,
we were
good.
lying?
Fucking Emerus, I hate this fucking shit. All the crazy light your own fucking rock, you piece of shit. Just like starts to angrily walk away.
In our defense, he found us in a tavern.
Yeah. I want to imagine Buttercup and Portobello aren't even supposed to be here. We just followed them.
All right, so
It's like you can drive a cart. Come here.
We already had the cart, that's why.
Yeah.
through multiple negotiations, You finally settled on a deal to do
Two
the
foxes.
job you were sent to do. On direction from the Arcanist, your carriage pulls into a mysterious clearing in the shape of a perfect circle. The only
This
area
looks
of the
like a
Sablewood
match
you've
face circle.
seen without trees to block out the sky. This is the open veil. So,
I thought it was gonna be the attack music. I'm not gonna lie.
Literally.
You walk in and immediately they pull a gun on you. This was a trap.
I cast God. So, as you start to enter into the middle of this open area with this luscious bioluminescent blue moss circling all around you, the Arcanist antennae start to perk up in a disconcerting way. This is good. This is good. This is good. Stop. Yes. Yeah. Stop. Yes. Now, come help me. I'm old. And this time she unfurls the carriage as she did with her home and stands over the crate, humming. Her body starts to glow brighter, flickering in the night. I'll need an hour of time to prepare. You all enjoy the night air while you can. We'll be very busy very soon. And so, this is your time to take a short rest.
Oh, nice.
Oh, baby.
So with this, as you wait for the Arcanist to kind of give you the sign to move forward, there's a few things you can do on your short rest. You can choose up to 2 of the following options. You cannot do the same option twice. You can tend to your wounds, which will clear up 1d4 hit points. You may also tend to an ally instead. You can clear stress, 1d4. You can repair armor. You kind of describe how you spend time quickly repairing your armor and clear 2 marked armor slots. You can also repair an ally's armor instead. Or you can just simply describe what you're doing to pass the time and gain a hope.
Oh. I'm going to choose to mark down my HP and my stress, so now I am serene. But I'm going to take this moment, not for the hope thing, just for flavor, but I'm going to approach some of the bioluminescent moss and algae and other mushroom, and just going to try to reach through the dirt into that, like, colony, so to speak, and see if I can hear anything like me out there.
Kind of reach your hand into the bioluminescent moss. And you in these very like nature focused environments, you have this strange connection to just everything around you. With each passing footprint or mushroom print, dock that you leave behind, you can almost feel this symmetry with the life force around you, the pulsing of the earth kind of moving its way through you. And as you kind of put your hand into the moss, kind of brushing it to and fro, the light kind of picks up with every movement that you brush through it. This kind of pulse kind of goes through it. You kind of feel this bit of connection with it, and you're trying to ask it if your mother is around?
I mean, I'm just trying to gauge if there's, like, if my parents can hear me or if, like, any of my people can. For the sake of drama, I'm gonna say that I'm the only Fôlkvangr I've ever met. And even if I can't hear them in this instance, he just very quietly says, Mother, father, if you are out there, or, oh, maybe if I have some siblings? I mean, they have siblings, but like more mushroom-oriented siblings. That would be interesting. Can never figure out what to do with the whole mushroom cap that I've got going on. You know, I thought I'd maybe decorate it, but it's not always working out for me. But just want to...
I will say, you know what? You know what, Portobello?
You die.
You're dead. You touched moss that causes instant death.
I knew it. All right, see you guys later.
What touching grass does to someone.
I always knew it would end this way.
Make me an instinct or knowledge roll. No, instinct. This feels like
Oh,
an
thank God,
roll.
instinct. Yeah, instinct. Yeah, let's go with that one.
And again, you
Please.
could use, if you wanted to, you could use hope to use your experiences to charge this roll.
22. I got a 12 and 8, and I have a +2.
Nice.
Was that with hope or fear?
That is. Oh shit.
That's with fear. I have to remember to ask that for everything.
Oh.
So success with fear. So you still get a little bit of a cost.
I am
you're-
trepidatious of seeing my family.
Connecting to the environment around you. You focus for a minute. You can feel a slight breeze coming through this environment here. You can hear the rustling of the trees, the brush of the open field. And you start to hear a faint heartbeat in line with the vegetation around you. This as you go deeper into this meditation, like actual mushrooms kind of do, this myconoid hive mind that allows you to connect with all things nature-based and around you. With each pulse, the deeper that you connect, flashes of images are coming to you with each beat. Seconds only. You kind of see a flash of the expansive forest itself kind of leaving. See twisting stone spires break through the tree line. The flames flickering within that tower. A vast cliffside with raucous waves crashing and breaking against rocks. Pushes through to a cloudy gray sky and a dragon flying above. That dragon takes a corner closer to you. The jagged claws of this dark gray and pale blue dragon singe on the cliff face. That vision goes out. A broad, stocky back. And a mechanoid body turns around with a cape tattered and flayed in the distance. And you come back.
I was just going to say hi, but that was something. Do I recognize any of that place? Seemed distant.
The images came in and out fairly fast. But it reminded you of a place far from here, but not too far, that houses the location of a place called the Spire Keeper.
Guess I will just keep sitting there, healing up and getting less stressed and connecting to what I can only assume is somebody in my family. It was nice seeing Mushroom King, I guess.
And one verdant detail as that dragon kind of scratched their claws into the break of the cliffside, blue patches of moss were touching their claws as they went through, connecting you to that place. As Portobello is sticking their massive hands into bushes, what the rest of you doing?
It's a beautiful
eating
moment, just like-
fireflies. I'm eating more fireflies and just
Okay.
hoping that large lady does not know this.
So I was-
Good.
Do the rest of you want to clear any stress, tend to wounds,
Yeah.
their armor, anything like that?
So Remy's kind of just like gonna clear stress. That's gonna be the one. And then is kind of like just fascinated with this elder fairy and what they're doing, like how this small creature can have, not only live such a long life, which in his family and from what he's used to, he's not used to people living a long life, living a long time and getting to an old age of a grandma. So he's kind of distantly kind of just watching and like just kind of seeing what magic is happening and a little more cautious and becoming a bit more respectful with what's happening in terms of the ritual.
Okay. Sounds good. And the rest of you?
I'm just gonna pop a squat where I can see as much as possible, just outwardly back facing the fairy, front facing the forest, and I'm gonna start crocheting and knitting and patching holes in my armor and scarf.
Okay. So as this is happening, around an hour goes by, and you start to notice the light around the arcanist suddenly snuff out.
Oh boy.
Oh, fuck's sake.
And you then start to notice a bit of rumbling take place once more as the arcanist lets out a shrill cry. The keystone has finally responded! Quickly, surround me! The ritual must begin or I'll lose the pathway! Hurry!
Okay.
Her body begins glowing brighter and brighter, still as her eyes roll backward onto her head and the entire carriage lifts a foot off the ground. An unearthly cry echoes from the woods, alerted by the arcane energy. You feel a rumble as earth starts to unturn and bony arms start to protrude above the ground as 4 ancient skeletons emerge from below, rusted swords in hand, disturbed by the forces of magic being used by the arcanist. In the distance, 2 forest wraiths float ominously towards you. These massive, dark, necrotic, tree-like beings also start to come into view. Now, you look over at the Roll20 screen. We got a new map for you.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Christ.
See, now it feels like foreshadowing when Portobello said that death is never the end.
Yeah, oh, wow. Really, the Chekhov's gun, Chekhov's mushroom? It's great.
This is officially going to be a countdown ritual.
Heck!
So I'm going to start a countdown die for the ritual. Your goal is to hold off the enemies until her work is completed.
Cool.
Speed run? Like, she should just be done right now.
So
You
Okay.
got this! Go faster!
Yeah, please! We've got,
Let's-
stuff to do. I really want your fox.
with that, everyone, what do you want to do? You guys are up.
So Remy instantly kind of like, as hearing the cry from essentially this elder fairy, is gonna see these creatures pop up, and what he wants to do is he wants to fly right here in between these 2 that are closest to the cart, and he whips out his whip. You kind of like see like this long fairy whip kind of just like flow down from it, and he's gonna crack it, and I can mark a stress, and I scatter enemies from melee damage range to close range, so I make them run away.
Whoa, okay.
So that is an ability I can use. It's a feature I can use with my whip called Whip Crack.
Okay, so which enemy are you doing that to?
It scatters enemies, plural, in melee range into close range. So I scatter them from directly beside me, pushing them or making them like flee a little bit farther away.
Okay, so you're gonna make them go away from you?
So like this one and this one, I want to kind of scare them away from the cart and be like, back off.
Sweet, okay. Is that a roll to hit, or that just happens?
It's just I mark a stress and that's it. It happens.
Sweet, so they go from very close to mid-range kind of thing?
Essentially, yes.
Sweet, so put them around.
That's the cart. lose a
Yeah.
head.
Amazing. So the skeleton start to emerge from the ground, rusted swords in hand. Back! They're trying to get in close, but they don't want their limbs to be cropped off or their heads to be lost. So they're kind of, the length of the whip too kicks them back pretty far. So they start to back away. Awesome. So that's an action there. Anyone else?
I'm gonna have Jelly hop on over. I believe I can go this far. Can I go? I can go this far. Okay, and I'm going to. She's gonna get a little cocky from the last fight and use the same spell, Wild Flame, against up to 3 enemies, very close to me. But I'm just gonna target the 2 skeletons. I get
If
a
it ain't
plus
broke,
2.
don't fix it.
Yeah, I get a plus 2 to this roll.
Okay.
All right, that is.
Beating a difficulty of 12.
All right, 6, 5 plus the 2, so that just beats it.
That
Just
does
beats the
just
12,
beat it.
But that was with fear. Wait, can I add the plus 2 anywhere? Like, can I add it to
No,
the
I'm
host?
really hopeful right now. If you could just, I'd like
I
you to
hope
acknowledge
you'll let
my
me do
mental
this.
state.
It's to the collective roll, but whatever
that
number was
with
higher.
fear. That
Okay.
was with fear. I need to swap these die because
Wow, suddenly the other one was actually hope. You
So a
didn't...
success with fear, roll the damage.
and it's 2d6. Where'd it go? There we go. All right. Whoop. That is 11. 6 and a 5.
Ooh, nice.
So, same thing as before, as Remy runs in, back! You leap over to the other 2 skeletons, skitter on the ground, and as their bodies just emerge, just like you said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And she's gonna be a little bit scared once she sees how close they actually are again, because she's gonna get real cocky, hop in there, and then see how close they are. I go, oh wait, actually.
Your flamethrower
Wait a
hand
minute,
is
hold
like
on.
propelling you backward. You're like, ha ha, oh! Almost every attack and every offense you do is just in good defense of being scared shitless. But
Good
their
offenses.
bones crumble to a cinder. The intensity of your flame.
Oh
kind of
my
starts to
gosh.
radiate.
You have such a high kill
We
count.
have a DPS.
Yeah, with a burning orange flame that goes into bright scathing blue, the hottest flame you could muster from your green frog hand.
Oh my gosh. And
Lights
chat, and
them
before
up.
all this, Jelly was discussing on trying to become more of a healer and try to
Yeah, what
sustain
happened
and
to that?
everything.
What?
It's like, we don't need that. Don't need healing
The
if they're
best-
dead.
The best healing is making sure they can never damage you.
She's squishy. She's gotta make sure that there's nothing left to go after her. Because if she misses, she ain't got nothing
Don't worry,
left.
one more you could call in a kill streak. I'm pretty sure. Maybe get a UAV in here.
Mhm.
Oh my god. But a success. So yeah, you crushed those skeletons, but you did roll fear, which
Oh
means
no.
I now can go with a couple fear on hand to mess with.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's fine.
Okay.
I don't like how much thought you're putting into this. What if you just missed?
On the bright side, at least I'm just next to you now.
I
At
know we're
this
hanging
time,
out.
This is okay.
We gotta go nowhere. Don't worry about it, sis. We got this.
Everything's fine. We're adopting each other's accents. Hey, no.
Oh, hey! Oh, no! Wait! Hold on.
The
Talk
Wraithwood
about this.
being this creepy, necrotic, gnarling bark of blackened and dark purple rockets towards you, this haunting face etched into the bark of drooping eyes and an elongated mouth with crackling wood that splinters as it rockets over towards you. And it sticks its entire hand into Portobello.
What?
I'm
Why
gonna
me?
roll to attack you. Because narratives are great.
You're a monster. I just met my dad.
And I am going to spend a fear to do Memory Delve. So I'm going to make an
Oh.
attack roll against a close target. We'll see if it succeeds. So what's your evasion?
8.
Okay,
Roll low.
son of a bitch. That's a 5.
Yeah!
Ah.
Oh!
Okay.
No torso time for you, sir. So anyway, he gets 5 more attacks, and
Because there's 2 actions on the tracker right now from Quincy and Leah. I have spent one of those actions to attack. I also spent a fear. I have 1 action left. And more than enough creepy guys to do things. Same thing over to you, Leah. Wraithwood rockets
Oh, no.
itself over towards you. And
No,
same
not on
thing,
DPS.
it's going to attempt to stick its necrotic, gnarled bark wooden hand into your chest. Bending my other fear to
Back
do
off!
so.
I'm very squishy.
please. You're a tree, I'm a tree frog. It is like the same.
That's a 23.
Good God!
Oh my god, why?
Nat 19, 1 away from a crit.
Damn.
So I'm spending my fear to do this. So when it went to go for Portobello, Buttercup, you and Portobello tag teaming together, get away! Able to just like smack that hand, that massive bark away from digging itself into the chest of Portobello. As Portobello, you kind of get out of that trance of trying to find wherever your parents may be to pay attention to what's happening currently. But Leah, after you focused fire on those skeletons, turn around to Remy. I did it! I did it! This massive necrotic tree creature comes right towards you. Turn around. It digs its entire wooden hand into your chest, branches into you. I need you to describe a terrifying moment from your childhood.
What?
Ooh. Okay. She's going to think back to when she was still just a tadpole, which there are tadpoles for up to 6 to 7 years. And she ran into a bass fish and nearly gotten eaten, and it ate a few other of her siblings right in front of her.
So as the shade of your eyes go black and that vision sweeps into your mind, you're lucky because the damage on this is a d20. You got 7 magical damage to you, but you are now temporarily vulnerable until your next rest.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay.
Rest?
Rest.
All right, let's all take a nap, guys.
Okay. 7.
Okay.
So with the armor slots, if we want to use that, we subtract the armor number class from the damage, right?
Yeah, it's correct. So whatever the armor value is, say it's 5, you can expend 1 slot to -5 from the damage.
Oh, that's how that
Nice.
works.
Okay. All right, I've got 1 each now.
Perfect.
Good.
Okay, that's all I can do using the actions that were on the tracker, so goes back to you. What would you all like to do?
I would like to use my vicious entangle again, because that, you know, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just on the guy right in front of me.
All right, go for it. Going for the tree?
Yes, please. That is plus 2. It is a 14.
14 does hit.
Oh,
Roll
thank God.
damage.
Oh.
It also has hope, by the way.
Awesome.
D8. Oh God. 7 damage.
7 damage. Is that what kind of damage is that?
Physical.
Great.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's the
Okay.
kind that means you can never hurt me with it.
Anyone else?
Seeing my brother take an action, I'm going to kind of bully my way in front of him, and I want to become unstoppable. I just
Nice.
plant my feet firmly into the ground, and with murder in my eyes, I take an axe to this tree and hope it timbers, and I'm going to attack it.
Go for it.
That is my sister. Hyping up from the background.
20 for
Oh
hope.
my God.
Jesus. Okay.
And if it hits,
Definitely hits.
okay. 18.
Nice.
Hitting again.
No, 18 damage.
18 damage.
Damn.
Okay.
Damn.
So you've hit once. You're doing 18 damage.
Yep.
All right.
And I'm going to remain in front of my brother.
Amazing. So as this thing attempted to dig its necrotic branch-like hands into Portobello's chest, deflecting it out of the way, Portobello, you go for a swing. Just kind of ricochets off the bark, doesn't really make much of an indent, but able to move it in the direction of Buttercup, who takes that axe and crack and just hits it into the corner of the bulbous tree bark, and it splinters and explodes in all directions, revealing almost this like you can see light pink muscle fiber underneath the dark and blackened bark as it shatters and explodes in all directions, leaving open this very vulnerable spot. But it's reeling, and you almost just like chopped it basically, and it like fall over, but it's still hanging on. But it bellows out this horrifying fury scream into the treetops as various birds and life just like explode from the treetops all over the place.
Try to hit my brother again, you overgrown sprout. I fucking dare you.
All right, on death's door. That was almost a like dead instantly.
He gets in the shins.
Okay. Anyone
right.
else? And was
Remy-
that with hope or fear?
Hope.
Hope. Okay.
Nice. Remy's gonna kind of like see that the skeleton's kind of pushed off a little bit, turns around and sees Jelly get like practically skewered. It's like, you owe me for this one. And then I was gonna go ahead and dash over, and because I have an ally next to this enemy, this counts as a sneak attack. So I'm going to
Ooh.
use my last remaining hope to add a d6 if this hits. So I have to do it. I have to pay preemptively to do this. So I will
Okay.
attack though here. That's two twos. That's two twos.
Oh shit!
I was like, crap, that's two twos though. Okay, so I get it's a d8 of damage and a d6, but what happens if it's a crit?
So for crits, a couple things happen. So one, roll damage as usual, then add extra damage equal to the maximum potential value of all your damage dice added together.
Holy heck. So that would be 14 plus what I have here. 14 plus 5, 6.
So if you rolled like 2d8, you'd roll that, add it. Then
Right.
if your 2d8 max damage is 16, it's plus 16 to the damage.
Damn.
Crazy. Okay, so I rolled 1d8 and 1d6. So that is that max is 14. Plus what I rolled was 5 is 19 plus 1 for the dagger finesse is 20 total.
Damn.
And when Remy kind of comes up through and then wants to slice off the arm that is skewering Jelly.
You also get to gain a hope and
Yeah.
mark off a stress if you had one.
I do.
Holy jeez. Okay.
Who's useless now?
So yeah, you got that dagger out, go over almost like a rocket. Like this fairy has never bolted faster than they ever have in their life, almost like a laser bolt with knives at the end of it. You just go in there and the arm just again explodes with splinters and wood in all directions as it rockets and falls down to the floor. You skid past it, rocket right back to defending Jelly here. And the tree again, this howl echoes throughout the open veil here as the Arcanist is still floating in the air, eyes wide and white and glowing as those pulses getting faster and faster as the ritual keeps taking place. But yeah, that arm is torn asunder.
You're welcome.
Okay. Leah, did you want to try anything? Everyone's gone once so far.
Yes. I'm going to try Okay, I'm gonna sorry. She's gonna just go get back and do a power push, which is where I can do a spellcasting roll against a target in melee. On a success, they are blasted back to far range and take 1d10 magic damage using my proficiency.
Ooh,
Wow.
great. So yeah, you got to beat a 13.
Okay.
Can I use a hope to give a
Oh.
help?
I got 15, but again with fear.
Oh.
Okay, that's still a success.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Oh wait, no, then it's +2, so there's that too.
Awesome.
All
So
right,
yeah,
and then-
success. So roll your damage.
D10. 4.
4 damage. Okay.
But at least he's away from us.
And you get pushed back to far range.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then she's gonna hop over to the other side of to replace where Remy was.
Mhm.
So this thing, you basically, what does the energy look like when you blasted them? Was it fire again? Was it force? Was it some other kind of strange material?
It would most likely be force, but I would picture it to look like a magical, like almost like a whip-like thing to mimic the image of her tongue, basically, or like a frog's tongue, like like slapping it back.
Oh,
Across
awesome.
the
Almost like
way.
a backhand, but with your tongue.
Yeah.
So as the arm like explodes from Remy just rocketing through and laser beaming that arm off with their knife and coming back to your aid, you kind of get your composure back. That black ichor leaves your eyes.
And then in
That
return
wound
to
in your
what
chest.
Remy said earlier of who's useless now, she's gonna say, "Still your mouth." Over to the other side.
And then with the loudest crack that you've ever heard, almost like a thunderbolt being struck nearby, the tongue just smacks the middle part of the tree and just rockets it as a line of force just empties into the ground underneath it, and it hits it into the tree line and disappears for a moment from the sheer force of you pushing it back. But it's not down now. You still feel it like groaning and slowly getting back up to its feet, but that was a heavy hit.
I should swap these dice. I keep getting a higher number with the fear.
But you did roll fear,
I did. I'm sorry, guys.
which
You're
means
doing great.
I get to go.
We're so terrified right now.
Just see Jelly screaming as like they do magic. Like,
Just constant screaming. I love that, like, us over here, like the two siblings were like working together, like we're taking these guys that would be so supportive. You're over
we're
there.
yelling at
You suck so much. It's like, yeah. Oh, it's my favorite. This is my
I'm
favorite.
gonna spend 1 fear as you start to see
A dragon.
No!
Don't give
A last
ideas.
dragon.
2 more skeletons.
Oh,
start
God.
to
Oh, my
climb
goodness.
out of the ground. 1 near Remy, 1 near Portobello.
Why always
Um,
me, man? Like,
Not the boys.
You set a
The-
challenge in front of me, and I am taking it to heart.
challenge.
Um,
Nothing.
So, 4 actions on the table to use for myself. Ooh, 15, that's
See in
okay.
this chat. How's this?
I'm hovering over the add stress button.
Jelly, did you go behind the cart here after you pushed, or were you still here?
No, I hopped over the cart because he left that side unattended.
Yeah, it's just like we
Gotcha.
swapped after she made a move.
Okay, you're unfortunately the closest to the skeletons.
Oh,
so-
Christ.
No.
That's okay.
But you're all gonna get hit once from these skeletons, it looks like. So,
Oh.
this will go
Yay!
to
At least we're
each-
going down together.
Yeah.
Go down, then we go down, then the other one. Okay, let's do Portobello first.
Yeah.
That's a 10 against your evasion.
8.
Okay. Uh, 9 physical damage.
9. I am going to mark an armor slot to subtract 4 from that.
Actually, That hits me.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It hits me instead, actually. So I'm gonna mark a stress, and I'm gonna take all of this damage. And in response, I can do an immediate attack against it because it hurt my brother. So it's gonna
Oh!
take damage.
Yeah, take that, guy who's already dead technically.
Yeah.
Die again.
Yeah,
I'll be deader.
comes
Well,
back as a smaller skeleton.
3d6. It's an additional d6 because I'm unstoppable right now, so it's gonna
Oh,
be
jeez.
3d6.
Good God.
Unstoppable.
Okay.
My sister's jacked.
Fucking jacked.
I rolled 2
Jacked.
6s and a 5. 17.
Good
Holy
God.
shit.
Let's go.
Goodbye, skeleton. Do not
Big
hurt my
brute.
brother.
As the skeleton tries to go into a bit of a haymaker, sort of gladiatorial stab, you're able to get the top of your battle axe. It's kind of double winged, and you stab up so it ricochets off the top, able to circle around, and it just flies out of their hand. And then a strike right towards it just crumbles down like smashing a broken bottle, crumbles, dead, gone.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Okay. The other one is gonna try to attack you now.
Come at me. I got 8 armor right now, dude.
Death is 9. It's shaped like a goblin.
That
And a very
is,
frilly scarf.
12.
That
against your
will, yeah, that'll
evasion.
hit. For sure.
That's 18 physical damage.
I'm gonna mark 3 armor slots and negate it entirely.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Like you're wearing like pretty beefy armor on as well with your goblin.
I am, but while I'm unstoppable, I also add my unstoppable die to my armor class. So right now it's 8.
Damn.
Yep.
So yeah, those rippling muscles we saw earlier shining
Muscles
through
only.
the padded and broad metalled plate armor. Ugh. The skeleton just like was about to go for a strike and sees you do that impressive parry, and then one strike ends it, and the
It
skeleton
also
goes,
takes 46 because it hit me, so I get to make an immediate attack against it. According to the
Do it.
Yep.
Let's go.
do it. This is why your evasion is low.
This is why my evasion is low.
Oh, it's amazing.
15.
So this is what happens. So
Didn't
the
even
one skeleton
bother.
goes
Like...
to stab Portobello. You're able to do that impressive parry, ricochet the sword out of their hand, and strike. Falls to the ground. The skeleton behind you is about to go in with a strike, holding its sword kind of in a downward motion. Sees you do that impressive thing, strike it down, and you just do one of these. It just like stabs itself, crashes all of its ribs, and just falls to the ground. Doesn't
I'm-
want
I'm
none of
out.
that.
Portobello just kind of
Awesome.
looks at this fucking like what?
All right, so 2 more skeletons on the board. One going for Remy now.
Two who are very deceased again.
16, Remy.
That'll hit for sure.
All right. 10 physical damage.
I'm going to mark 2 armor slots to -4 off of that.
Okay,
So it'll be only
And-
1 minor damage.
sounds good. And then over to Jelly, only a 5.
Oh, I have an 8.
Misses entirely.
Bitch. Sorry.
So that's all
That's
the
a
actions.
skeleton coming at you, Jelly. Watch out.
I got it.
Can I flavor this and like catch the arm with my tongue?
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah.
That's how
Well-
you use your mouth, Remy.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Never gets old. So yeah, the skeletons came out, repelled all of them. That's all the actions I can use. Goes back to you.
Actually, could I go ahead and now that my tongue is already grabbing onto him, I'm gonna use my tongue as an action. I can mark a stress to unleash it as a finesse close weapon and do 1d12. physical
That's
Hell yeah.
awesome.
Oh
that's
my.
a hard tongue. What the heck?
It's very callous.
The veteran tongue.
textured like a
Seen
cat's.
some shit.
Ah.
Yeah, exactly.
All those little fireflies are hanging out. I'm like,
Every time the tongue comes out, the firefly is still attached to it. Like, please save us!
That's
This is a horrible death.
that's a 20, but this time with hope for once.
let's go.
That'll definitely hit. Roll damage.
Okay. Where's my D12? Hold on. I put one aside. Oh, here. I'm done. That's 11.
Let's go. Nice.
11. Yeah, so same thing. Just smash it with that backhand. Kind of got the tongue wrapped around the arm, rip it out of its socket, and just bash it to its remaining bony body, into the ribs and in the head, and just.
Is there
like
like
a
an
tower of
intimidation
Lego.
check on these? Like, what is the other thing scared now? Like, I'd be pretty terrified seeing that happen.
All right. Anything else? You see the Arcanist floating above. That pulsing is getting faster and faster, signaling that like the ritual is getting close to completion, but still up there.
With this, okay, how many is this guy over here still alive?
Yeah.
Yeah, fatally wounded. So is the other one.
Okay. Okay. Well, seeing how like much damage that Butters literally did, Remy's gonna kind of fly over to this side of the skeleton and take his whip, and he wants to crack the whip and scare the skeleton towards Butters and Portobello.
Making everybody else do all the work.
I'm just
clothesline 'em, like-
corralling. I'm just corralling these skeletons to like where they should go.
Tag team. my
This
dude,
is
tag
what upper
team.
management looks like.
All right, so same thing. If you just crack the whip, no.
I just
rolls
crack the whip.
needed.
I just take a stress, and it makes anything close to me go away from melee range to close range.
So it goes in a straight line over to Portobello. Near
Shiitake catch.
Butter.
Another nickname. Very nice. Can I like clothesline this thing?
Sure. Go for it.
I'm not sure what I would even roll for this, but I,
You just roll your attack.
works for me.
Hit it with your weapon.
Yeah. That is a 20. With hope.
Let's
That'll hit.
go.
Nice. And then that is a 6 damage as I just kind of like as he's walking up, big mushroom arm, just
6 damage. Okay. So. Yeah, I think this one. Oh no, this was the newer one. So, yeah, this one hasn't been hurt as much. So
Oh,
it
dang.
comes over to you as Remy whips it over towards you, kind of scattering back. And it kind of is one of those things where it's like scared of the whip and starts to just run over towards you. And you're like, come here. Kind of hit it in the kneecap as its femur just
Ooh.
flips out from over it. Just jumping on one leg now. Just trying to just wildly swing. But very hurt, but not dead.
Do you want me to take care of tree or bone? Tree, bone? Which one?
You could do the bone one if you want. I'm not necessarily picky. I was going to try to like appease it to its better nature. We're kind of like cousins.
That is fair. Okay, I'll do bone if you want to do that. Okay. I'm gonna chop it.
Chop the tree.
Whoa.
No, I'm gonna chop the
Bone.
bone because my
Chop the
brother
bone.
wants the tree, and I respect that.
I
Hell
would
yeah.
like to talk to the tree.
Jelly, you see how they're doing? It's called teamwork.
We've had many years of this.
That is
They work
a
together.
15 for hope. I have not rolled fear yet. I think the manic goblin
Good job.
energy is just radiating through her.
Like
Yeah,
a force
you-
of nature alongside another force of nature. Technically.
So same thing. You're like, do you want to take care of the skeleton of the tree? So you got your massive battle axe, almost as big as you are, and you kind of, as this thing is just kind of swinging wildly, standing in place on its one leg, you kind of get your battle axe and kind of try to get it sort of in the groinal area that you can kind of hook your battle axe into and kind of start to raise it. And just, yeah, just sort of trying to hit you, but you keep it at a good distance that it can't touch you, and you just tee it up. There's a big uppercut as you jump, leap up, and smack it into. like a confetti of bone starts to rain down on you, mirrored by the pale moonlight that's now out in a sea of stars as you drop back down the ground as the bioluminescent blue light is shining on your face.
That was so cool.
Is it bone dust?
Could I ask a thing?
Yes.
In response to Remy saying this is how teamwork works, I wanted to try this thing. I wanted to hop over and say, if you want teamwork, fine. And she's going to grab him with her tongue, and I'm gonna spend 3 hope to do a tag team.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Another fastball impression.
You got him yoked.
Best ball special.
This is narrative storytelling. This is long form storytelling. Learn from the past and
Teamwork.
I'm gonna
All right.
throw him into the woods
The
towards
tree?
the other tree.
Directly into the tree.
I love it. I love it. Do you want? You're going for the tree that's in sight, or the one that's in the tree line?
In the tree line, if I can.
Okay.
Oh,
So
the one that's
I
so
love this.
far
we're spending 3 hope. In this version, these rules might be amended by the time people see this, but for our game, we're spending 3 hope.
It's
You're doing the
fine.
tag team move, which means you both get to roll an attack. Basically works like advantage. You get to choose which of the higher attacks hit. Then, as one hopefully does get past the difficulty score, you then both get to combine your damages together from those rolls.
Cool.
Fuck
Could I
yeah.
make this a sneak attack because he ain't gonna see this coming?
Fucking why not?
Let's go. I'm
Hell
spending my
yeah.
hope for that.
This is a
Okay.
little
I am
shocked
just
by
gonna
this.
This is a one shot. Who gives a fuck? Let's do cool shit, everybody.
All right, that's a 16 on my end with hope.
I got
Okay.
a 13.
All
with,
right,
hope.
so 16 is the higher one. Difficulty is 13, so that will hit.
Let's
So
go.
both of you roll your damages.
So roll with the sneak attack. That is
Wait,
10
this.
damage from me.
That's 5 from me.
Like, wait, what are you doing? Wait. Hey, hang on. Wait, hang on. Wait.
Teamwork.
So that'll be 15 damage altogether.
You see, like, Butters and Portobello just high five and just like, yeah. And then,
Just like sling.
Kind of very calmly turn to my sister and just be like, see, they're working together. That's very nice.
I'm proud of them.
Oh, you can fly faster. Look at that.
So, as your tongue wraps around Remy, this pink fire kind of exudes from your mouth, igniting Remy, almost like Gambit lighting one of his player cards. And
Oh, damn.
both of your daggers are in hand. You're like, wait, what are you doing? Whoa! And you just get this surge of energy like you just in 5 Red Bulls and little irises
Those are canon
under
to
your
this world.
eyes. You're just like, yeah.
oh my
Flies
gosh.
through into the tree line as a lawn dart just gets rocketed. Almost like an atomic bomb goes off as more of the tree line around you just
You
shakes
see a
to and
Portobello
fro.
cloud.
Pretty much. Massive explosion, splinters flailing in all directions. If you wait a second, almost a delayed response after the explosion, you see something kind of fling up from the tree line over into this open space. Just a piece of broken bark that's just sizzling with pink smoke.
Jesus.
I'm
All right.
okay.
Did the task.
Just holding on to the piece of wood. Just like, Remy
Anyone
seems
else?
good. I will use, since I think the tree is the only one left. I
Yeah,
am going.
no fears have been rolled in this whole
Aha!
combat so far, so
I am going to reach towards the tree and I'm going to say, you who are lost, please return to nature. And I'm going to try to reach towards that, like glowing bit and see if I can. I mean, I'm attacking him to damage him to like get him down, but I'm not gonna like violently attack him. I'm trying to see if I can like reach out to him and like return him to just mulch or something.
sure, you could like, for all intents and purposes, do non-lethal damage.
Yeah, I'm like flavoring it.
Shh, go to sleep. Shh.
Yeah,
go
go
to
to,
sleep.
go to,
Go sleep.
That is a 17.
With?
With hope.
Okay.
That
That hits.
And I have a +2.
Yeah, that hits.
Nice. That is 7 damage. 7 empathy.
So close.
Still alive.
It's got resistance to physical damage,
Oh
my
my
man.
God.
Ooh.
Wait. What is this is the other one. This is the short step. This is magical.
Oh.
Oh.
How much?
Oh.
7.
My friend, how do you want to end this?
Let's go.
Yes. I think at this moment, Portobello just watched a bunch of skeletons get pulverized into dust, and then somebody turn into a mushroom cloud. He's just very tired right now. He liked it better when he was like hanging out in the carriage on the road with his sister, and now we're on this big adventure doing like magic rocks and fighting trees. So he's gonna put a lot of that intent into just reaching out towards this creature, and just puts like a small, pretty big mushroom hand like into its chest towards the glowing muscly sinew bits, and you watch as these bits of mycelium and other mushroom patches start to kind of grow around it, and rather than that like dull gray color, it kind of gets that like brighter colors like blues and reds and greens as it sort of just like eats away at it and kind of returns it back to the dirt.
Awesome. So yeah, as the decay kind of takes hold and you just reach out with your myconoid ability to connect to the nature from within and relieve it of whatever necrotic source has been haunting it, this bright color starts to seep into it like a darkened drop of paint water onto a dry piece of paper. It just starts to spread and moisten around and liquefy, and the darkness from the outside kind of starts to melt away, and this purified glow starts to take over. That seeping, gnawing mouth just becomes flesh and starts to look like a beautiful, healthy birchwood tree with autumn amber colorations as parts of it sinks back down into the earth, and various mushrooms and colorful fauna and starts to sprout out from around it as it slowly kind of just takes the shape of its former self and just stands still.
Be at peace, cousin.
Okay. And then the blossoms, kind of like the branches around as it stays still for a minute, a slight warm breeze comes through and various flowers kind of start to bloom off of it. Various twigs kind of slowly grow as plant and leaves kind of come, kind of like almost like bud and grow and bloom within like seconds of each other, just creating this beautiful monument of life that matches the coloration of the bright blue moss around it, kind of signifying this is still a place of positivity and good from all the crazy haunting that has been going on in this part of the forest. But
Take three flowers for my friends and hand them each one.
dude.
Whenever he
as you
takes
del-
it and he's still kind of on fire, like these little bits of parts of him just kind of, what the heck it is?
It's a flower.
Jelly's
Oh.
gonna stick it in their hat.
Freaking why?
Teamwork.
And
This
This
Jelly's
is the
just gonna-
reward.
Jelly's gonna pat the still burning head and put the fire out and just go, teamwork.
As you delivered that final blow, the ritual has ended. The carriage comes falling to the ground as the keystone vibrates with arcane energy. Then, all at once, a soundless explosion erupts from the white fire arcanus, dissipating any last enemies who might have remained. The clearing is quiet once again. Some time passes. You find yourself back inside the treehouse. Not but an hour later. The keystone sits suspended carefully above a rumbling fire in the hearth. The arcanist, who looks even older now than she did before, sits cross-legged in an overstuffed chair. There is an exhaustion in her voice as she speaks. You fought hard. I'm not surprised, of course. The king keeps good company. Very glad you were there. The keystone will need a week, maybe more, to allow the magic to settle. I'll need to watch it carefully to ensure nothing cracks or becomes sentient or anything like that, but you know how it is. And in the meantime, after you rest and gather yourselves, have a nice hot meal and a warm bath, I have one more thing to ask of you. We pull out. We pull out of the Arcanist home, out of the forest itself, to view the verdant expanse from above, and see twisting stone spires breaking through the tree line, each with a flame flickering within the tower like a beacon. As she continues, there is a spire just west of here, maybe a few hours' walk. I felt it on the way to the ritual. Its power was strange. The light felt weaker than it should be, and I think something might be terribly wrong with the Spire Keeper. And I fear what will happen if its fire is extinguished altogether. When you're ready, come back, and I'll give you my map so you can make it there safely. It's good to have heroes in the Sablewood again.
You're welcome, but heroes need to eat and rent to pay.
If we do this, do we get another one of your pets?
I was going to say, where's Stanley?
Yeah, where is Stanley?
That's that. Oh, fuck. As said in the treehouse, the camera pans up to another day in the Sablewood as the sunrise begins to take place, birds chirping, many hybrid animals flocking about.
Jelly, quit eating the children.
And that's where we're in the session, everybody. Oh boy, oh boy. What a trip that was. I want to thank everyone here who chose to waste their evening watching this. Thank you all so very much. I want to thank my awesome players as well for indulging me in an evening of fun with playtesting Daggerheart. This was awesome. Even though this is the playtest material, the game will change and evolve as the coming months come, but even at this base level, I love playing this system. I have a blast running it. I hope you all had a great time playing it in as well. Hope you all out there have been enjoying playing your playtest and everything. If maybe you haven't tried it yet, maybe this actual play maybe inspired you to do some things that you didn't think of before. But yeah, I had a great time. Thank you all so much for playing with me. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, everybody. Maybe we'll do more of these one-shots. I don't know. I feel like we could do more continuing adventures with this group because I love the chaotic energy. You all got. Very much so. But yeah, thank you all so much. Thank you all so much. And we'll just before we go, just give a quick shout out to your socials. If you got any projects you want to plug, go right on ahead. We'll start with Leah.
I'm Chameleon on everything. It's spelled like the lizard chameleon, but with Leah, Leah in the middle. I'm mostly on Instagram and TikTok. I do stream on Twitch. I'm mostly just kind of doing a little bit of whatever I want to. Some of it is D&D content. Some of it is gaming. I also, like I said, I'm putting out a comic. The prologue is out now on Webtoon Canvas. It's called Fae. So if you like magical stuff, this is like a modern magic fantasy story. I do need to get on that to put out more chapters, but otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much all for me.
And over to Brooke.
Hi, I am Brooke. I am Brooke Smart on most socials. That's where you can find me. I do a lot of the Dungeons and the Dragons and the other tabletop shenanigans. I also cosplay. And I'm working on a video game that I can't say anything about, but it'll be announced in May, so keep an eye out for that.
Dope. I want to play that. Hand it over to Hama.
Hello, it is I, Hama, or Hama Samakun. That's HamaSamakun. You can find me on all social media platforms under said username, primarily Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch, where I stream games and stuff. It's a lot of just chatting, a lot of wearing a maid outfit, which is why I have said apron. And in terms of projects I have in the works, I have this lovely little thing called Content Writer, which is based off of the Kamen Rider show from Japan. It is about a world where monster fights are streamed directly to Twitch, and this direct support from the chat can alter the fight in some such ways. It is definitely not my way of admonishing about the creator community through metaphor. Done, man. Aw, what? That couldn't possibly be me. Other than that, I have a thing called Hot Asian D&D, which is D&D in an Asian setting.
Hell yeah. Way to bring it home. And last but certainly not least, Quincy.
Hello, everybody. My name is Quincy. You can find me on Quincy's Tavern pretty much on everything. I'm biggest ones on TikTok. I do also here on Twitch and Instagram and Facebook. I love fantasy. I love D&D. I love telling stories. I love just hanging out. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, fellow players. This was so much fun. I'm a writer. I currently have a cookbook out, The Traveler's Guide to the Lucky Griffin Recipes and Regalians, 72 recipes, fully wonderfully illustrated art with wonderful little stories connected to each one, giving the lore and background of said recipes. I'm currently working on another book right now called The Book of the Lost Bard, which is going to be like a poetry field journal of my current poetry works with some music and songs and some, of course, recipes in the mix as well. But you can find me traveling all over lately. I'll be at certain Ren fairs this year, especially some big conventions like Gen Con and PAX Unplugged. Hopefully I can see you guys there.
Awesome. And I am Dicecream Sandwich, your GM for the evening. You can find me at all socials at Dicecream Sandwich, making TTRPG content, celebrating the community, also producing actual plays. Got 2 coming to this channel. They may be currently streaming as you see this, or they're coming soon. We'll see which one comes first. Producing 2 studio actual plays that will be filming in Los Angeles. Hoping to premiere those in the fall. So stay tuned for those. Otherwise, find me at Dicecream Sandwich at all socials and come hang out with us. It's a pretty fucking awesome time.
And also,
other
you'll
than
be
that-
producing the Fastball Special Chronicles starring all of us, right?
That's right. I'm starting my own Daggerheart Reddit page with this group. And
You heard it
posting all the
now.
insane shit that happens.
Confirmed. We're back for
Anyone
another
who's
one.
games. Ah, damn it. It's on recording.
Ah!
Anyways, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Enjoy your evening. Stay safe. Roll high. See you next time. Bye-bye.